Hello everybody, how are we doing? Welcome to WardiTV Mondays 85. It's a crazy day because this is the Monday where we run out of Monday cups, in the sense of I actually just need to make more of the one challenge, but I made a bunch at the start of the year. I was like, cool, that'll do us. I guess after this we're going to just make them all the way up to number 100 or so. So yeah, that's what's going on. Hello. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're all having a good day. Hope you all had a good Sunday yesterday while I took the day off. And yeah, we'll just be obviously diving through the StarCraft news today, enjoying some games, enjoying some action, and all of that goodness. I want to go Honmono versus Let Alex to start. If Let Alex is here, I don't see him in the chat channel, but we'll try and figure that out. So we'll see if he's around. Second round, we're looking at maybe like I was thinking Bunny Shin, really good second round matchup. Also, Solar versus Percival, potentially second round matchup could be great. A couple TVZs on the horizon. So, yeah, no let Alex in the chat just yet, but if he's here, I'm sure we'll get started sometime soon. Maxpax did a clean sweep in the TVT. Yeah, it was Youth Almost TVT yesterday. I was thinking about casting it, but I wanted the day off, to be honest, and the TVT streams don't do so hot, so if I'm going to take a day off, that's the one to prioritize, unfortunately. So we skipped yesterday's TV2 event, but only because we've got like a full week this week as well. We've got WardiTV Mondays, we've got the Spring Cup tomorrow. Thursday we have OSC. I think Wednesday I'm actually off completely just because it's GSL and I didn't have any way to organize anything else. And then we have the Spring Cup like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That can't be right. Oh yeah, Spring Cup Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and obviously not on the Thursday because that's OSC. Cool. All right. Apparently, Honmono has to forfeit, so it'll be Let Alex versus Clem. We could jump into for first round match. I have no belief that Clem's going to be here already, but we can try. We can try. A little bit of positivity, Wardy. We could have a look at Clem versus Let Alex if Clem is indeed here. Like I say, I do want to see like a Percival Solar or like a Shin Bunny second round, but that's some figuring out how to do that. Let's hop on over to Europe and have a peek at things. Let's have a look to see what we can do. Don't mind me just doing some mild tidying of my desk for a second. Is Clem online? No. No Clem. I'm shocked. What? What do you mean Clem's not here? I am shocked and I can't believe it. Alright, all good. We'll give him a couple of minutes to show up. If he takes too long, we'll just jump into one of the other matches. But we got a couple minutes at least, most likely. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're all feeling great and ready for some action. We'll be diving in, like I said, just a few moments now, get this started up. Get this ready to rumble. Awesome. Alright, yeah, we'll just see if Clem logs in. If not, we'll maybe hop elsewhere and figure things out from there. Do. Coolio. All right. How's everyone doing in the chat? You guys need to entertain me here because we've not got much going on for a couple moments. Sometimes it goes so still, I think my stream froze. Yeah, I'm just reading things. Apparently when I read things, I said this the other day, but when I read things, apparently my brain can't focus on reading it and also continue bodily motion. Like, I just freeze. Yeah. What's up, TBD Forever? Hello in the YouTube chat. Do I organize more tournaments than anyone else? I don't know. I guess so. Probably. I mean, I don't know who else would necessarily be organizing more, but I don't want to necessarily claim. I don't want to necessarily claim it. I've not thought that much into it, but I mean, we obviously do a lot of tournaments, so kinda, yeah. Do 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 do. Boom boom boom. Boom boom bada bum bada bum bada bum bum. Just gonna check if we have any other results. If Clem still ain't here. We don't, obviously. It's the first few minutes. No one else getting walkover or anything. It's not even walkover time yet, so just taking a slow start today. Not as many signups as usual today. I'm not sure what happened this week that didn't happen on previous weeks, but yeah, last week was super busy cup. We had loads of people signing up. So yeah, this week's a little bit quieter, but not really a big deal or an issue or anything. As we get set to resume, hopefully soon. Someone's yet to wake up. I mean, he probably saw you had a walkover and figured he had 15 minutes. Oh, sorry. He saw you had a buy and figured he had 15 minutes. I mean, it's not even at walkover time yet, right? So if someone, you know, Honmono forfeited, which basically means that what would usually be a walkover at 15 minutes is actually happening like 10 minutes early, essentially. So yeah, Clem's on the wrong just yet to not be here. He's fine. You know, ideally you keep a track of the bracket and stuff, but it's a bit of an odd situation that this has brought us here, so all good. All good. I have some sponsored content later today as well, guys. We're going to be playing a game called Neverness to Everness. Crazy name. Yeah, we're going to be playing that a bit later on. Open world action role-playing hack and slash game. Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by it. Be interesting to see what it's like. We're doing that as a Twitch sponsorship later today. I have to do it today. It runs out in a couple of days, and then we actually have a new one to do when this one runs out as well. So we got lots going on the sponsor front. So yeah, that's nice. Obviously, it's always a big plus. Sponsor's good. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? I'm just gonna run some ads, guys, just to keep them out of the way of the games, so just gonna do that. Is GSL reserved only for Koreans? You didn't see anybody else? You have to be in Korea to participate, and you also have to do like a bunch of streaming on Korean platforms this season if you want to participate as well. So it's not necessarily limited to Koreans, but it's much harder to participate as a non-Korean because you have to be, well, first of all, you have to be living in Korea would be step one. Yeah, first you gotta live in Korea, and then like I say, you gotta do this season for some reason. You've got to do some streaming on Soup. They're trying to, I guess, because Soup is basically the only reason GSL exists. So you have to do some amount of Soup streaming to participate as well, essentially. So yeah. Are they allowed to multi-stream on Twitch and Soup? Probably not. If I had to make a guess, probably not. Probably not. Well, Classic's about to play Geralt, so Classic and Geralt are about to take each other on. I don't really want to jump into the PvP though. I don't know about you guys. I'd rather just sit here and wait a little longer for either Clem, Led Alex, or one of those TVZs in the round of 16 I mentioned earlier. If Solar gets Percival, or if Bunny gets Shin already. I think I'd kind of prefer to cast and watch those, to be honest. So I think we'll kind of wait for that for a little bit longer. If that's okay with you guys. Reno didn't show up. I don't think Reno's in Korea right now. Yeah, I don't think Reno's in Korea. Probably be my answer to that. I believe he's back in Europe. And has been for a while. Hello, Ali. Hi. Hey, you been out? Do you want to come say hi to the stream? Come on then. Come say hi. What, you going to sit down there? I tell you what, you can sit down there and I'll just expand the camera for everyone to see you. How about that? Just bring this one up. There you go, up. How do you look? There you go. Everyone can see how cute you are. Hey. Isn't that nice? There you go, good girl. Good girl. Great job. 10 out of 10. I don't have anything for you though. Yeah. She's like, oh, you don't have anything for me? Fine, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Reno's in Italy since the 21st of March. There you go. Perfect confirmation. Oh, yeah, I'm still either looking for Clem or waiting for Solar / Bunny to have an opponent, pretty much, is where we're at, guys. How old is Ellie? She's coming up to being 5. She's 5 in a couple of months. Yeah, she's 5 soon. 5 in age, about 1 in terms of mentality. She's crazy. She has so much energy still. She just loves life. It's crazy. Do 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 do. A good start of the day. To be fair, we did have a match that had both players here picked out. It just so happened that one of them decided they couldn't play anymore. Ay, yay. Top of ST Percival as the bracket is best to perceive. Yeah. 2 different names that people like to mix up. It is funny that they both have ST2 underscores their name though. Such kind of amusing. That's kind of funny. Alright guys, we're just But by really just chilling. Like, you know what it is? I hate it when we have issue getting a match at the start of the day, because I feel as though I'm not quite ready to cast, because, like, I'm not ready to fill time, I should say. Simply for the fact that, like, my brain's not quite going yet. We're just getting started and everything. But also, I'm like, it's the kind of part of the day where I'm like, I'm kind of keeping an eye on the bracket as well. Like, I'm trying to make sure everyone's good, everyone's fine, no one has any issues or anything. So, like, yeah. Not ideal. Not ideal at the start of the day to be missing a play. I mean, maybe we should just go Classic Geralt or something, but yeah. Yeah. Clem has a couple of minutes before it's walkover time for him, because now obviously we're a bit past the original walkover time anyway. What I'm actually more amazed by is that nobody in the other matches is ready. I don't know what happened here, but like somehow no one else has finished a match. Like, surely someone early on should have been able to beat someone up already or something, you know? This is kind of crazy that we've not had anyone be able to kind of get a quick win or something and set up another matchup in the round 2 for us to jump on. Yeah. It's crazy. Clone myself. Yeah. Seems a bit low on the number of players. Yeah, I don't know what's up with today. People just didn't sign up. It's all good. It happens sometimes. It's not the end of the world or anything. Just some days be like that, you know? Some days it be like that. Yeah, what's up, DJ Crispy? How you doing, mate? Thank you so much for the 29-month resub on the Prime. Much appreciated. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for priming us up bright and early on this beautiful Monday. It's kind of sunny outside here again. It's been kind of like battling to be good weather lately. It's been interesting to see here in the UK. It's been kind of nice-ish is a good way of phrasing it, perhaps. Man, there's no one finishing games. Oh well, you guys just get the Wardy talk show. I mean, it'd be better if I had something to talk about. I really don't. I had a day off yesterday. I sat in and played games. Took Ellie to the beach. That's my life story. Why is Arrow Fire such a high seed? There is no seeding. Well, the seeding is randomized. So the top 4 from last week's Monday Cup get seeded 1, 2, 3, 4. This allows them to avoid each other until later in the tournament, as well as it means that we also it guarantees flips the semi-finals from last week. So for example, like last week's semi-finals was like Clem Maxpax and Classic Lambo, whereas this week, if those 4 got seeded, it would be seeded in such a way that it would be like Clem Lambo Classic Maxpax in the semi-finals in case the same 4 players made it. Other than that, the seeding is then basically anyone who is outside of a certain range gets dragged down to the bottom of the bracket. So a lot of the guys that sign up who realistically are just here for a bit of fun and so on, they get dragged to the bottom of the bracket, and everyone else in the middle is just randomized. So Arik Fire being seed 5 is basically that I think Arik Fire is good enough that he can take maps off of a lot of the top guys. You know, he might not win series, but he's good enough to compete. So he gets left in that kind of randomization pool. And the only other thing that really adds to that is that sometimes we oh, Bunny Shin's ready. Cool. The only other thing to really add to that is that sometimes if the randomization puts like both the Zerg players to play each other super early, sometimes I swap them by a place on the bracket. So I don't like particularly choose where they go. I just swap it so it's not like the ZVZ will happen and both the Zergs play each other immediately or something, you know? Yeah. Basically, either you're a pro or you're a shitter. Kind of, more or less. Like, yeah. TLDR. I mean, it's just designed in such a way so that the tournament's different every single week, right? Like, basically, every single week we have different matches early on. Because one of the things that always used to happen in the ESL Open Cup Europe was, for example, you'd always have a Clem Maxpax final, right? Because those two would always end up at the top. And the semi-finals would almost always be like Maxpax Hero Marine or Clem Hero Marine, right? And then the round of 8 would always be it was just such a scripted tournament. So for the sake of mixing it up, we do it like this. Now, obviously, sometimes that means that really good players play really good plays in like the round of 16. The good part for us is that we obviously then get to cast a really good match early, so it makes the tournament better just straight through. We cast great games all day. The other thing is, obviously, that sucks a little bit for the players, but it does mean if you win the round of 16, it's very likely the round of 8 is not as difficult as your round of 16 just was, right? So you kind of like, you're probably going to meet that guy at some point anyway, it's just you meet him a bit earlier, so that kind of sucks if you get knocked out before top 4, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it keeps the tournament interesting, which is the most important thing. At the end of the day, if the tournament's not interesting, then people don't watch, and then we don't have the tournament at all, so you take some slightly shitty seating sometimes as the players to to help with that. I don't think any of the players actually really mind. I think more players minded when, for example, one of the reasons we changed it is Percival messaged me. He's like, hey, I don't want to play the Monday Cup anymore because every single week I play round 1 Clem or Maxpax. Because every single week there was like about 16-ish pros, and Percival was on that like bottom tier of pro, and I was seeding it by my seeding system. And so every single week, Percival would be like seed 15 or 16, right? So he'd play like round 1, maybe round of 32 against whatever, win, bam, Maxpax, bam, Clem, every single week. So his tournament was basically the come lose to Clem and Maxpax Cup, which just isn't fun either, right? So yeah, sometimes it's fun to see people making kind of like a run in the bracket, even if it's not necessary because they were even if they weren't necessarily the absolute like best players in the tournament necessarily, it keeps the tournament interesting at the end of the day. Like, it is just a weekly cup at the end of the day. So yeah, that's the main thing to keep in mind, that it's just a weekly cup, which really makes it a whole lot easier for us to allow this to happen, I suppose. Bunny and Shin is going to be ready, so is Percival Solo, I believe. So now everyone's ready to play StarCraft. Oh, yay. Everyone ready at the same time. It's almost like these games last the same amount of time. I think we're going to go Bunny Shin, guys, if that's exciting to you guys. I think we'll go for that one. I like Bunny Shin. I think Percival Soul is a really good match lately as well, though, but I kind of like Bunny Shin. Yeah, I kind of like Bunny Shin a lot. I think it's fun. I think we see Percival Soul more than we see Bunny Shin too, but Percival Soul has been really good lately, so I'm a little sad to miss that one, but yeah, I kind of like Bunny Shin. Bunny Shin was pretty fun last time we casted it, which was not that long ago. We casted it in a match somewhere, so yeah, let's see what happens as the countdown begins here on White Rabbit. We get into our opening game of this best of 3. Finally, guys, has Clem shown signs of life? Yeah, he was just logging in as Bunny Shin became available. So instead of going into Clem, let Alex, let's cast the match. Like, Clem let Alex was, to me, was going to be like, hey, this one can get started now, and we can cast that and then probably jump into this one. But then, yeah, I'd rather cast this because we'll probably get to see some Clem later, unless something goes wrong in the bracket for him. So, yeah, let's cast some TVZ instead. We are going to be starting up in the top right side of the map. Our red Zerg player Shin is going to be here repping the Zergies, as we have him up against Bunny, the blue Terran, in the bottom left corner of the map as well. Getting this up and ready to go. And get into some action. So some exciting things coming through here as Bunny in the bottom left, Shin in the upper right, and we get started up. Just going to see the extractor canceling there for a couple of seconds. Getting that sorted out. Just going to see the hatch and pool on the way. No gas just yet, actually, for the first couple of minutes here. Let's see where we're gonna take things. Yeah, hatch coming around. A couple of gases coming up from Bunny. He opened that command center first, a little bit greedy for him. So going double gas at the same time. It's pretty typical just in this build order now. And that's where he's going to move along to for the next couple moments. And get that ready to go. I was just curious. Yeah, no, I mean, it's also nice if Clem was on the verge again, walkover. It's nice to know he is playing. Obviously changes a lot of who we might see in the future of the tournament, right? So, why is ByuN seeded after Arcfire, Bunny, and Rex? I just explained this. Seeding is random. The only seeds that are guaranteed are the top 4 from last Monday. We generally pull players who are much more so there for fun. down to the bottom, and then everyone else is just randomized in the middle. So anyone like Rex can absolutely, upset people. Like, don't get me wrong, Rex is not a favorite either, but Rex can take games off, a lot of the guys, and, Arc Fire as well. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, if you want to hear this in more depth, reround the stream by like 5 minutes to the whole 3-minute conversation. Right? We're gonna fight a couple lings. I'm gonna take some down. Just gonna be seeing a couple lings coming through. The SCV's coming around, and I'm just gonna be seeing the reactor. It's on the way up here from Bunny. Just gonna have ourselves this Reaper. Wanted to play cleanup. Obviously, this is a case of just commence into first, so you do not have pressure on the map initially. So the lings are free to actually come across to the other side initially. So we do that. A couple of those lings move back out over to the right for now, and bring themselves across for a couple more moments. Again, drones in the hatch continue to come through. Gonna see the Reaper again turned around again. A couple of Queens gonna be able to hold out on that one, pushing that away. Again, CC, a couple SCVs and company pulling themselves upwards. Starport on the way. The Ling gonna try and get to the high ground. A couple of Marines are gonna be there to play cleanup as well. And the factory plays swapsies onto the reactor. Just gonna get that started for the moment. So that reactor gonna be occupied. Roach still building up. The drones and the OVs coming online. Add a Queen on into the mix as well. Bringing the rest of that through, and this Reaper still goes over to that right side. Third hatchery up on the 12 o'clock, gets into position as well. Just going to see the Queen here. Going to meet the Reaper. Reaper taking a few shots with a couple Queens stepping over. Reaper goes down again. It's going to be another nice grab for a couple seconds. Continue through with that as the Banshee and the Cloaking all continuing up again. Commence into the SCV on the way through. The Rotor on the drones. The Overlord still building by as well. Yeah. Okay, we got any copy pasta now. We should really capitalize on that, huh? yeah, the copy pasta in Israel. All right, a couple of Hellions moving around. Roaches in the way. It's too early for me. I say it's too early. It's not really early. It's just Mondays are a day where usually I get up and I have to go do stuff and then get back. And then once I'm back and everything's done, it's immediately time to stream. So like to me, like it's like one of the busiest days of my week. I can't deal with Twitch chat. The start of a Monday Cup, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I just can't help you here. Alright, we do have the land, the drones, the spores coming up. The Queen is on the way through as well, just bringing that in for a couple seconds. 1-1 upgrades and that stim pack upgrade continue to build by as well. Just going to see the Banshee and the Marine coming through. A few barracks still building in. Banshee is going to go jump onto a couple more of those drones, and the lair is still on the way up as well. Banshee can get turned around by the couple of Queens, which are going to be there to push this back also. Able to deal with that so far, and again keep this pushed away as the Banshee still gets onto the Roaches for just a few more moments. Continue to push them around for at least a little bit right now. Maybe seeing the Banshee is going to get back onto the Roaches then, so a bit more damage to be done. These Roaches continue to fall pretty quickly. Clearing those up. And then we get to some of the creep spread here as well. Just going to knock these creep chambers down. Take this out. Again, the lab is still producing. It's about to be done. The evolution chambers and the hatcheries are building as well. So again, we get that on the way in. Just going to put some damage onto that hatchery on the right side now as well. So again, we pick through this. A few Hellions are going to go moving upward. 1-1 upgrades are going to be there as the Roaches. We'll fire up a few more shots. A little bit more damage being dealt. Just going to be seeing the last Hellion going down. A few drones still pulling away down on that bottom side. And there's Banshee going to come moving across as well then for a couple seconds. So again, moving things around, trying to see what's going on here. You're going to see the Marines of the tank going to gather back up together for a few more moments. Bringing this on the way in. Infestation pit, a couple hatcheries coming by as well. Again, one of the missile upgrades, link speed, roach speed. All of that continues through for a few moments. One of the missile upgrades coming online then, so again, a lot of that being added on just for a second. gonna see the few Marines gathering back around, so again, we just resettle things here for a second as well, and figure out what we want to do next. Just gonna see the Bane Nest and the Hive on the way up. A few Marines gonna stim in. Hatchery low from earlier is probably just gonna go down. Shin's already moving away just to give this up, so yeah, he's gonna back straight out of that, and not commit to this at all, actually. So, yeah, backing away from this one. Just gonna see those Marines pulling it away as well, so they just pull up toward the main base now. Getting over in that direction. 2 upgrades and that concussive shell still on the way through as well, so bring all that over. And these lings are going to gather around and just get a little feisty for a few moments. A little bit of action coming around. Again, drilling claws coming up. The upgrades in general for Bunny looking pretty solid and pretty good here, just in general at the moment. Roaches and the queens. And a couple lings coming back around as well. The lings going to be there. The fungal onto the medevacs for a couple seconds also. So far so good. Now the Marines showing up to put a bit more pressure on. The Roach is going to come across and fight. And again, the drilling claws still on the way through. +1 vehicle weapons, the concussive shells all coming up. It's going to have ourselves the rest of this continuing to come by. And getting fully settled here in these next few moments. Marines and the medevacs rejoin themselves together then. So again, just bringing this back across. We're going to see the lings on a big attack across the map. Actually could be a huge opportunity to get across and really try and deal some damage here. So let's see what comes of this. As we see the lings, it's going to be met by wall-offs, Marines, tank fire, a whole lot of stuff they can't really do anything about just yet. So for the moment, looking to be absolutely fine. These Marines still stemming up. The Marines and the tanks start firing up. This hatchery in some trouble. Hatcheries on both sides in some trouble, in fact. Hatchery on the top left goes down already. Now the Roaches still stepping through. The other drones are coming across. Just going to see another cancellation coming down. And again, medevacs reload here for a couple moments. Now the Marines jump onto the Spore Crawler and just continue to pressure in for the next few moments. Spore will drop. And again, a few more units showing up. The Marines and Marauder going to be there to push the lings back over to the sides again. And bring this hatchery into place as well. A couple of the Crypt units getting dropped straight down into position. The Ling Ravager and Festo army still moving towards the top side. A couple of Lings are going to get a wrap around on those Marines. Now we stim at the front. This hatchery already in some trouble. Just going to pick our way straight through this. And again, Adrenal Glands, Chitinous Plating, Million Carapace upgrades all coming through. The Ultras and the Lings still producing as well. Just again, bringing a lot of that up and online as the CC gets into place. The Marine's going to try and get up the top side as well, trying to just see what else is happening here. Pushing forward, this position has always been very powerful in White Rabbit. Players have always enjoyed kind of coming around this place and doing a lot with it, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Is we have the Ultras out, Fungal dropping down, but once again it feels as though Shin is afraid to attack into this place. I honestly think he should be fine, especially with the Ultras out and everything. This feels as though he should have plenty. A couple of shots coming straight out. The Lings and the Ultras and the Ravagers continue to attack on through. Those few Marines just going to stack themselves in a corner, try and hold themselves away for a couple of moments. Another corrosive biles onto a Marauder there, and everything else pulling back along for a couple more moments as well. As you just see 3-3 vehicle wet plating. All of these being added on into action still. A couple more of these Lings and the Ravagers going down also. Just going to be fighting, just going to be seeing the rest of the Bioforce coming up toward the top. So again, coming back over here. I mean, Bunny keeping this pressure up and keeping this supply lead in his favor. As Bunny continuing to apply this pressure, still heading up in this direction, still looking to break through on this position and looking to take down Shin right here and now in this opening game for us today, as he's going to have a lot of forces still. There's another Ultra still coming up, but so far the Ultras have not made enough of a splash to really have been kind of a changing factor so far over the course of this. With Bane's trying to roll forward, but none of them are reaching this Bio army. And that's the issue in general. Nothing is really doing damage to this Bio army. The Roaches have +1 missiles, but only +1 against +2 armor, of course. And just Roaches in general in this kind of number don't do a lot. Lings are streaming in, but in not enough numbers as well. Shin does not have what he needs, and that does take us to a 1-0 lead here for Bunny to start the day off in his favor in this round of 16 matchup. All right, we'll get into game 2 of this. Just a couple seconds, guys, I'm sure, and get resumed. Thank you for joining us early today for the WardiTV Monday edition 85. Again, good to be here with you all. And it's going to be Title Citadel for our next map. Shin hosting that up for us. So, although now it says invalid, is that just bugging out? I think it's just bugging out. Likes to do this to wind us up sometimes. Gogo says bunny, and I think we're going to be pretty much immediately good to go, guys. I think we're going to be good to send it here. Countdown's on. And we go in game. Alright, Title Citadel then, as Shin looks to come back in this series. Bunny's actually been kind of good lately. We don't see Bunny as much as some of the other guys, so sometimes it's a little bit hard to judge just how good someone like Bunny is at the moment, but yeah, when he plays, he actually consistently looks more solid than I think a lot of people expect him to. It's Shin in the top left-hand side will be our red Zerg player. Taking on Bunny, our blue Terran in the bottom right. Game one of this BO3 kicking off right now, getting this underway, getting this started. Like to see what's about to happen. Here on Title Citadel. Yeah, we're still using the current ladder maps, guys. Probably going to keep using the current ladder maps for a few more weeks. I'm still thinking a bit about the TLMC maps. And which ones we might include if we switch the map pool up, but because we're only like a week out from the TLMC, and honestly, I don't know about you guys, I actually feel like this map pool is not super stale yet. Because we've had a bit of better rotation of maps, like I don't feel the need to rush in the TLMC maps to kind of spice up our map pool as much as we did last time around, for example. So yeah, but I'm still thinking. I think we probably will include a few before any winners or stuff get announced, probably in the next few weeks, but it's not there quite yet. But like I say, we'll keep you guys updated, and we'll hopefully have some fun maps at some point. I was thinking we're close to 100th WardiTV Mondays. Anything special planned already? Yeah, I plan to be here casting StarCraft 2. It's pretty special, no? Yeah, I don't really know. I was thinking about it, but I was like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's cool, but like, is it worth putting like an extra bit of money into the cup? Probably not, because like, does it change anyone that signs up? Probably not. Yeah, it's one of those things that's like, if we celebrate it, that's cool, but I don't know if we get anything out of celebrating it, you know? So maybe we'll do something. Maybe we'll do a little bit of bonus prize money or something. Something like that. Hey, what's up, Deadly Donkey Kitten? How you doing? Thank you so much for the 19-month resub. Appreciate it. Thank you. There's a couple of lings are going to come around. Just going to be chasing that Reaper. The Queen going to be there chasing the Reaper out as well. Give the winner a hoodie. We could just get a... The winner gets a WardiTV Monday hoodie. Oh, wow. This is the StarCraft that we needed. Little did I know. Cool. Yeah, good idea. They're just like, why would I ever wear this? Or maybe it just says, I won WardiTV Mondays 100. That's just what it says on it. There's only one. Bam. You have to wait till 200 till we get another. Event is going to get picked off. Queen there. Going to be able to make the kill. So we're just going to grab that nice little connection. And we continue through. So again, we're going to come across for a little bit. Hero not playing? Yeah, Hero was off last week as well, right? So Hero's not been here a couple of weeks on the Mondays, but not really sure why. Maybe just something came up or something. Imagine if every WardiTV Monday we gave out t-shirts, then we'd never have to buy another t-shirt again. Yeah. Yeah, probably be a pretty crazy thing, wouldn't it? Again, shout out to our sponsors, Loco, OSC, and Winter. They help us to keep this WardiTV Monday tournament running every single week. Without them, we would not have this constant $400 cup. So I'm kind of amazed we've made it 85 weeks and heading towards 100 without having to downgrade the prize pool or anything. So yeah, shout out to the guys who are helping us to make sure that this happens every single week. It's definitely one of my strongest streams of the week as well. The consistency of it's obviously really nice and everything, so... It really does make Mondays that little bit better, doesn't it? Marine and Viking will combine for the Overlord KO. It's going to get knocked down already. Just going to see the armory's coming up, so we're going to have the ability to morph Hellbats in here with the Hellions very shortly. So that'll be an interesting watch to see what exactly is going to happen. Going to be seeing the Lings coming around. The Bayoness is coming up. We've got a Queen production. What's up, Ghostface? Thank you so much for the 57-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate it. These Hellions going to get to business. Onto the Queen. Just going to see the Viking firing a few shots off as well. Marauders, the Hellbats are going to start stepping forward. A couple of Queens are still going to be chased away against Impact and everything else continuing through. We're just going to see that Spire still building as well. Spine Crawler also in production. Just for the moment, as Hellbats and Marauders continuing through. The Lings are going to be there. Looking decent for the moment still. And just continuing to make their way across. Forward now, just going to see those couple of Queens continuing by. A couple of Banes are going to pop up. They're going to run forward too. Going to see them waddling in for a couple of seconds. Bane is still just taking some extra bits of damage. The SCV's going down the other side from Bunny. Means that he's going to take an eco damage from this. How much do we like it for Bunny? Yeah, it's alright. Like, it's alright, but I wouldn't say it's like a killer scenario or something. He loses a lot. Like, anytime you build in Marauders and kind of committing with Marauders in this matchup, it's such a heavy investment compared to even just like the other Hellbat attacks, so I think that alone kind of puts you into a little bit of a troublesome position. Should you have just killed the hatch? I don't think so. I think you don't actually kill the hatchery 9 times out of 10. I think if you kill the hatchery, something went so wrong for the Zerg, you should have been able to kill them straight up. Like, you just shouldn't be able to get that much time as the Zerg player, I don't think. I mean, maybe if there was a scenario where he can kill the hatchery, it's one of those things where you just don't read into that as a possibility as the Terran, because when do you ever actually have the chance to just kill the hatchery, no? Like, you know, like, usually if you can kill the hatchery, it feels wrong to kill the hatchery. At the end of the day, you've invested a lot into this as well, and killing a hatchery alone, it's funny because killing a hatchery seems like a massive deal, and it is a lot of the time, but to go out of your way to kill a hatchery like this, it's almost, I don't want to say it's not good, but it's like, it's less effective, it's less impactful than you think it is, you know? I think is what it comes down to, so yeah, I think that's kind of something of a factor in it all as well. A couple of Evil Chambers, the Overlord, and the Flyer attack upgrade. Still building through. Hatch is going to come down to the bottom left corner, going to go onto that gold base here, so Shin going to try and take this for his 4th. Obviously no map control from Bunny means that this is a very easy thing to kind of commit to in this circumstance. Observer okay? Nope, I've lost the Observer. Sorry, guys. They're back, as we do have meters are harassing around. And just going to be seeing... I don't know why that happens, actually. My camera is on someone, and I just thought he was AFK for a second, but actually just disconnected. Okay, Bunny is so unprepared for the Mutalisk, he's just going to die. And just like that, we go to game 3. So yeah, there we go. Just lack of preparation for mutas is one way to lose these games, and that is going to do it. Let's get this next one then ready to roll in just a couple moments, guys. Kicking this off in a few seconds. Winter Madness going to be the map. And it's all tied up 1-1. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Oh, just stretch out a second. And get this ready to go. Alright, game number 3, Winter Madness. Let's get to that loaded screen and see what's going to come of this as we kick off into this next and final game of our opening series on stream today. Again, thank you for joining us for some WardiTV Mondays action. Appreciate you all. And let's see what happens as Shin and Bunny get to work. Tied up 1 game apiece. I'll wait for Inny to do his intros because he usually does a nice little zoom in. So I'll give him a second. Or the one time I actually wait for him. You know, usually I do my intros and then I put the camera on the Observer and then they're doing their thing, right? This time I'm like, I'm actually going to wait for him to do his intros. It's like, no, he's actually not. There we go. It's Shin in the top left-hand side. Got there in the end. Shin in the top left-hand side, and it's going to be Bunny in the bottom right-hand side for Game 3 to see who advances here in this WardiTV Monday into the round of 8. A round of 8 where I think both these players will probably feel fairly confident in their round of 8 matchup. No guarantees, but yeah, maybe a little bit of confidence. Yeah, probably would not go, or would not be a miss, honestly. So, once again, look at Bunny just straight up command center thrown down here. First minute of the game. Just knows exactly what he wants to get up into, so no waiting around from him. He gets straight to work. Rex and the command center continuing up as well. And we take a peaceful few moments to wander around the map with this Overlord and everything else. Let's get set up here for a second. SCV coming back around as well. Back to the top side, CC and the barracks coming through. The SCV still coming over. Just going to be seeing the refinery on the way about right now. A couple of queens, drone in the extractor, building as well. And the SCV gets right up to the top, in toward the natural. See a little bit more of what's going on. Gonna try and block the third hatch. It's not a fun third hatch to take if you take the one that's forward, because obviously it does definitely go forward towards the Terran player, so that's why Bunny tries to block this here, because he genuinely does want to kind of force his opponent into kind of doing something about that. So sets up forward as the SCV steps across for a couple seconds. Queen on the way. Again, the reactor in the factory still coming through it, and an SCV on also for a few moments already. Getting that on the way. Just for the moment. Again, everything peaceful so far. Again, with the command center first especially, and no Reaper, you have so much less activity on the map, even from the very early stage. It's going to build Overlord speed from Shin. Ooh. Is that going to be used aggressively, or is it just going to be used to scout? If it's just for scouting, I don't love it. Simply for the fact that Bunny's build is already being kind of on the greedier side. And going Overlord speed is not going to necessarily help you kind of, deal with the greed of your opponent. In fact, that's an investment that you're basically, it's basically a safety move, and playing safe against someone who's playing greedy is a losing strategy. If it's for aggression, then maybe that could be a little bit better. Maybe it's for a bit of both. Maybe he scouts and then maybe he utilizes it, but I guess we'll see. A couple of Hellions move out. Again, that Overlord speed is very close to being done here. Gonna be wrapped up in a second or so, and those Hellions still coming back across for a couple moments. Just continue to move over for a moment or so. Get that underway. Link speed building, a couple of queens on the way by. Just going to see the Raven and the Interference Matrix all coming up as well. Your drone's going to go transferring across. That Marine's still going to go in after the Overlord. And again, the CC building over on the left-hand side as well. Alright, there. Drones, Queen, Link speed again, bit of everything coming through for a couple of moments. Continue to bring that up. You can see the Raven continue to move up to the top side as well. It's just going to bring that straight across for now. I'm going to be seeing a couple of Marines get straight in after this as well. It's just going to be pushing the Overlord around. The Raven actually going to be kind of a fun one to look at here for a couple of moments as well. It's just going to be having the Raven with a chance to move around for a second. So again, bringing this across. Obviously allows you to get rid of crew spread without having to scan and so on, so you can take a lot of map control very early here. Deal with that a little bit. Again, Overlord coming through, a couple of barracks on the way, orbital, 1-1 upgrade, Stimpack building by. Just going to see again, the Hellion's going to step forward, get rid of a creep tumor right off the bat, so bam bam, take that down. Hydrogen is going to start producing, just going to be bringing a couple of extractors up as well, so again, getting a lot of that straight underway. Hellions will continue back into the center, the Overlord still overhead as well. There's going to be another Overlord moving down right now too. Hellion's going to shoot, actually taking some damage. see those Lings still coming around, wrapping around onto the auto turret. Bit of damage being done. Auto turret cleaned up already. Still having the 1-1 upgrades. Marines in the tank still building. The Hellions getting some work out. The Queens are going to be there to fire. The Lings are going to come through as well. Auto turret is going to get surrounded by those. That is going to be a cleanup for a couple seconds. Shutting that down for the moment. Yeah, 1-1 upgrades. Combat shield still building. Marines, Medivacs continuing to come through for now. Those things are coming back along, and again, the upgrade still coming about right here. Just for now, auto turret again being dealt with pretty well, but it's keeping a few Lings back. However, there goes the Raven, so that's the end of that. But there is a second Raven, so we're playing the double Raven investment from Bunny. So like I say, it would be sad if he loses that Raven, then you don't have, you know, the continuous map control and denial and creep of the creep. But because he has a second Raven, he actually still has it, so who cares? No, I mean, it still would have been nice to have an extra one up for harassing, but yeah, hard to really be upset when there's a second one kind of still right there doing its thing, so yeah. Ling's actually going to threaten a run by here. He can actually go for a wraparound on these Marines and so bringing that about. You can see the Marines and the Hellbat's going to continue to come through them for a couple seconds, so again, bring that in for a couple moments. I'm going to be seeing these Marines and Hellbats still getting to work. A couple of Hydras still morphing through as well, so again, continue to bring that up right now. Just going to see the Hellbats and the tanks getting forced the other way. We've seen the medevac actually going down as well, so Shin getting the cleanup on this drop. Honestly, nice to clean that up where we can. And stop this from being too impactful. It's going to be seeing the let's continue to move around for a couple of seconds, and we'll get Marine Marauder tank medevac force will continue to come through as well, so still bringing just a lot of this into place for now. And again, the Marines and medevacs rejoining. Everything else getting settled still. Marines going to poke away at this hatchery. Hatchery will begin to take a bit of damage. More shots coming down. Marines are still stepping forward for just a little bit. And again, get in position here. And we do have ourselves a chance to keep pushing forward. And again, good tank positioning here is going to make it difficult for Shin to really break into this position. So definitely feels like a problem right now. We're seeing the Hive coming about. Again, melee upgrade. The +2 carapace coming in as well, so continue to bring that online just for a couple of seconds. We see again the medevacs keeping a little bit of action going, keeping themselves poised for a few more moments, and just going to be seeing this attack now from Shin actually going to come down the bottom right side. So he's going to be able to bring this across to the other direction here, so bringing this straight over. He's going to jump onto this planetary fortress. The planetary fortress does go down, so the planetary fortress falling for now. Again, the Hydras, the Lings, the Lurkers continue to come through as well. And a lot of this up and running just for the second. Just going to see everything else yattering around also. And Ling Bane Hydra still pushing through. A couple medevacs still peeling away. Look at them coming up. A couple of Vipers and the Hydras coming online as well. And just going to have ourselves the army still moving toward the upper right corner for the next few moments. Hydra Bane is going to push straight forward and again try and get in position here. Actually going to be able to jump onto these group of units pretty effectively, I think. Going to be a pretty successful couple of moments there, so that part seems pretty fine. And a bit more pushing across. I'm just going to keep this damage going in for a couple more seconds, so still pushing in. Just going to be seeing this army jumping onto this base. Shin's going to once again focus on the bottom right side, trying to break down Bunny's 3-base setup. Bunny is set up to essentially base trade in these next few moments, it would seem. So a bit of a base trade coming out, a couple of those drones still coming over. The Lings are still going to go running in as well for a couple of moments there. And that will seemingly be about it for the moment. So I think that's going to be where things kind of wrapped up here on this one. This army gets back to the upper right side. I mean, no more drops then really active for Bunny. He's still got this little group of medevac on the upper right side. Doesn't have a ton of units inside of it though, so there's not too much going on right there. 10+3 armor still building up as well, so bringing that into place. Bringing this around for a little bit. Just going to be seeing still the rest of these units coming back over. So again, getting settled. Figuring out what exactly we want to try and do. Continuing on with this. You can see the couple tanks are going to set up. So bringing that over again. And trying to decide where we're going to go next. These Ling Banes and Hydras are going to come diving through. The Ling's trying to jump on top of this. The Hydra's trying to get there as well. Not quite able to just yet though. Not for the moment, as you just see there. Drop onto the top right. The Lurkers going to get picked away at a little bit as well. It's just going to work on this for a few moments. Put this into a bit more damage. And again, just going to have the +2 missiles and the rest of these things coming on through for a second or so. Just going to have the army continue to come about. Let's see the +2 missiles, the +3 melee upgrade again. All of that still coming by for just a couple seconds. Let's see the blind cloud coming down. Just going to continue to try and move for a couple seconds as well. It's just going to be moving across. We are going to be having ourselves the Hydra Bane Force going to get back up the right side, then being chased away for a few moments. Nidus and the Bane still, Lings and the Bane still going to be there. Obviously, Nidus is coming around the map as well at the moment. Continue to get set up to the best of our ability just for the moment here. +3/+3 coming around, so we get those upgrades continuing as well. So let's bring that up for a couple of seconds. Continue to get that on the go. The Ling Bane going to continue about also. And again, the Nidus network coming through, +3 melee on the way up as well. Continue to bring that over for a few moments here. And bringing that straight around. Hydra going to be there. A couple of units going to come back through as well. And Lurkers coming up, plus the melee upgrade coming about. I'm getting a lot of this into place. So the extra Lurkers coming through. I mean, ByuN again at the right side. Obviously, Bunny being able to reestablish the base on this right side. Pretty important in the grand scheme of things as well. Does a lot for him. Puts him into a much better spot here overall. Ben Hydra still coming through, so just going to be pulling this back around for a couple seconds. Pulling this over for a little bit. Again, look to get a bit more damage done here next couple of seconds. Fire going to shoot, jump onto this hatchery, bring that around. Just going to be seeing the hatch going down. Ling Hydra being caught once again. And again, plus 3 missiles. The Lings all coming through. The hatches are coming by. This base is going to be denied top right. I mean, obviously, massive expands down on the left side as well. Just going to try and do something a little different here. Just going to take that as kind of the plan of action, essentially. And again, the medevacs and everything else rejoining us for a few moments. Regathering things for the moment. Just going to resettle everything for a couple moments. And that Liberator coming up as well, so just continue to bring that about. Fire Force coming through, Ling Bane still coming up, bringing Bro online. Just gonna have ourselves the Lings. Gonna run across here, and there's gonna be another Knights coming up over on the sides for a couple of seconds, so bring that along as well. Gonna be seeing the Lings, the Banes all running straight into this. I'm just gonna be seeing those couple of Libs showing up as well for a few moments. Continue to do what we can. Well, again, Ling Bane coming across. Is going to see the couple ghosts stepping through, ready to maybe snipe down some of these units. Obviously, the Nidus is definitely doing quite a bit of damage. Able to be fairly successful thus far. So he needs to keep on that. As we have the Hydras and the +3 missile upgrades still coming through. The 22 SCVs that have gone down. Definitely a bit of a pain point as well at this current point in time. Again, just get those upgrades all coming through for a couple of seconds. ByuN the Ghost coming across. Just continue to bring that over then for, like I say, a couple moments here on this one. I mean, all this Ling Hydra Bane sets up over to the sides. Can we settle that down? We take a couple of moments. Nice network comes into place. Couple of Infestors, the +1 flyer attack upgrade coming through as well. So again, bringing a lot of that straight into action here. Just going to be seeing the Ling Bane. Going to jump in. Nice abduct on a Liberator initially. Bane's going to be able to keep running through. Getting onto the tank line with the Lings is obviously amazing, because if the Lings can take down the tanks, then that's exactly what you want to be seeing here. Anti-armor missile does hit the few Hydras. The Hydras will take some damage for a little bit. And I'm just going to see the CC floating back across for a couple seconds as well. Again, Viper, Hydra, all those Lings continue to come online, being brought up for these next few moments. +1 flyer attack still coming in. What's up, Cranky Ducklings? Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone, from the Duckland stream to the WardiTV Mondays today. Hope you had a great stream. Enjoy this. We're kind of caught up in a 20-minute Winter Madness game. Shin, 200 supply, 146 supply from Bunny. That's where things sit right now in this current game of the StarCraft. Sling Bane Hydra is going to come pressing forward. A nice little fungal growth. Going to be catching here as well for a little bit. I'm just going to step through. Actually going to try and jump on top of this siege tank for a couple seconds as well then. So again, get that on the go. Going on immediately. And again, Hydra's, the Lings and the Banes going to continue to push across here. Just going to get into this base. Doesn't look like Bunny's going to have enough to hold on in the end, which means that Shin is going to be the one to get reset and to basically be able to re-establish control. But yeah, it was a decent fight from Bunny. There's a lot of moments in this game where I feel like Shin was in some pretty hefty pressure, being pushed around, being pushed into some weird places. But definitely in the end, a situation where Shin just looked a little bit too good overall. And Medevac, Lings, and the drone still coming about. Just going to be seeing the Hydra's going to get them. Marauder goes down. Going to pick that one off as well. Things will move over. I'm just going to see the Marines and the Liberator is going to come about also. So again, we move across with those. So Orbital Command also going to go floating for a couple seconds. And back in the Bioforce coming across, there is going to be, I mean, Bunny trying to hang on, but he's down 100 supplies. It's going to be an extremely difficult endeavor to really make anything useful of this scenario, plain and simple. It's not going to be a simple scenario, to say the least. There's a couple of these medevacs going to get abducted through. That's going to be getting cleaned up as well. So again, just more damage being dealt already. Through and through, damage being done, and not looking good for the Terran. As like I say, Shin definitely feels as though he's got this one in his own hands. Just while this is going on, just an update elsewhere. Classic 2-1 over Geralt, Shameless 2 over Rex, so it's Classic against Shameless in the round of 8. Nikarak beat Arcfire. He's going to be in the round of 8 waiting for the winner of this series. And then it'll be Clem. He beat Alex. He's going to be looking to play ByuN or Yakov. And Solo will be playing against Maxpax or Harston in the round of 8 as well. So that's everything that's happened so far. That's where we're kind of at in the tournament here today, guys. That's where things currently stand. That's where we're going to be looking to reset to. After this one, I don't think we'll follow the winner of this into the winner versus Nikarak. I think what we'll do is probably look for Maxpax or Harston versus Solar, or ByuN or Yakov versus Clem. I think one of those round of 8s are looking pretty great, so I think we'll go for one of those more than likely, is the plan around. They're going to come running across, just going to be seeing the Marines pulling back for a little bit, so again, getting out of there for just a couple moments, getting them out of here for a couple seconds. And +2 flyer attack, +1 flyer carapace. Got a couple of extractors coming through as well, so you bring that straight over for just a moment or two. Then the Ling Bang going to gather back around. The Hydras are going to step forward. The Marine Marauder going to take a few more shots as well, so a little bit more being done there. 9 Broodlords on the way, so going to get those morphing already. Bring those straight into place. Get those up, and again get everything ready to rumble in a couple of seconds. A couple of Lurkers are going to be firing up for a moment or two as well. The Hydra's going to step in. The Medevac's going to be pushed back for just a few seconds also. I mean, these broods really are killing blow. I mean, I felt like they should have just been a killing blow when you were up 100 supply. But if we were not a killing blow before, this definitely would be a killing blow more than likely. So, yeah, let's see what we can get here. Just gonna see those broods running in. Just gonna see the parasitic bomb kicking off for a couple seconds. And a few shots already coming into place here just for a couple of moments. It's going to be having the Ling Bang going to run straight forward, and again, I mean, this is just going to be, well, this should just be a very near impossible scenario for Bunny to really handle, I think, plain and simple. Still coming about. Just going to reposition. Just going to see the Bion, the tanks gathering back up as well. So again, resetting things just for a little while right now. Just going to reestablish control of this one, as we do have the tanks going to try and siege again. Just Shin is yet to push in for the killing blow, but we're very much so kind of expected. This really should not take much more work or effort or anything here, and we should be able to again make the play towards rounding this out. I would again genuinely imagine. There it is. Shin is going to take this game, and that is going to be victory screen for him. Takes this one down. All right. Like I say, I think we want to have a look for either the Clem or the Solar matchup, which involves us probably going to the end. Oh, I guess maybe Maxpax Harston's obviously on Europe, right? So we have to have a look for that one as well. Okay, we'll try and figure out what the plan is here, guys. Get this sorted. Get this hopefully underway in a few moments. And yeah, kick this off. Hopefully sooner rather than later here. Get this ready to go. Let's have a look. Maxpax and Harston have been in game for 6 minutes. Maybe I can go have a peek at the NA server for ByuN and Yakov update. Like I said, just trying to get an idea of where they're at so we can make a guesstimate as to what to do or so. Let's have a look-see. ByuN and Yakov have been in game for 14 minutes, so we're waiting for one of those. I think I'd rather wait for one of those. I don't know what you guys think, but I'd rather wait for one of those than going into the Shin game, which is our other kind of choice, which would go immediately, perhaps. But I think I kind of prefer this idea. What's up, AODCTSNWW? 4 months. That's 3 months of getting to unsub. Wow! Thank you so much for the 4 months of sub and 3 months of forgetfulness. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Thank you. All right. Bam, 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 bam. Alrighty, yeah, we'll give it a few moments, guys, get this set to go. To get this kicked off sooner or later. And get into some extra games. Like I say, okay, ByuN actually just came out of game, so yep, we actually do have a result. ByuN Clem going to be our TVP in the round of 8 then. Let's do that, because obviously then that is ready to begin, so we can just kick it off and get this started straight away. Just kind of makes sense, so we will do exactly that and get this ready to rumble. Perfecto. Alright guys, take a couple of seconds and get this on the way. Hopefully ByuN Clem going to be coming up, so we know what's coming at least. We'll get this started up shortly and get this next game underway. Our semi-finals is going to be happening very soon then. It's ready to rock and roll and get down to business. Yeah, Ragnar should have committed that. I think Ragnar had a few moments in that last game where he should have just committed, honestly. There's quite a few moments where I think he probably could have just sent it, you know? Could have just gone for it. Don't, hard to really disagree with that, to be honest. Alright, just waiting a second, guys. Hopefully get this set up in a moment or so and get this underway. waiting for ByuN and Clem to be vetoed up and good to go. So it should just be a moment or so, but like we say, we don't at least know what we're going into in the near future, which is definitely good news. Big thumbs up if you ask me. Awesome. All right. Yeah, just waiting for the game to start up, guys. Shouldn't be long. Just a couple of moments, and we can hopefully go. Again, thank you for your patience. Good afternoon, Danny the Veteran. How are you doing? Hope you're doing great. Happy day to you. Thank you so much for dropping by. Oh, I'll be up. Winter Madness. I'm going to be the battlefield. Perfect. Let's get this going then, guys. Get this ready to start off in just a few moments. And get this ready to go. It's pinging me. Alright, countdown coming on. We got a lot of casters in here. I'm going to kick off into this Clem versus ByuN match. Obviously, Clem going to play Protoss against the Terran opposition, so it's going to be a PvT. That's coming up for us right here now. So we get that up and underway and get this ready to start off in just a second. Send this into game, into action, and away we go. As we have ourselves in the top left-hand side, the blue Protoss play here is going to be Clem up against the red Terran. In the bottom right-hand side, we've got ourselves ByuN. Get this one up and running here, get started and seeing where things are going to take us. Game one of this BO3. See if Clem or ByuN can get the edge. Fun matchup, this one. Obviously, there was a long time where ByuN really struggled against Clem's Protoss, but I would say more recently, Clem's Protoss has been a little bit shakier, and ByuN's TVP has actually definitely taken a step forward too, which makes this, in my eyes, a much more competitive match again. So yeah, fun to see where this is going to go overall as we get this into operation. Barracks going to build up the... so we're going to be building up the barracks. SCV pulls in against the probe for a few moments as well. Just bringing that through for a couple of seconds. SCV and the probe pull back over, just going to be seeing the next on the cyber core coming in as well. And it's going to be having the orbital and the command center building up, so again, bring that through for a couple moments, getting that all underway, getting this started out just initially. So bring this up, getting that rolling, and seeing where we're going to take things here. See probe getting up to the top left-hand side, just going to be pulling away there for a couple of seconds, just pulling back for the moment. Again, the SCV pulling back down to the bottom side as well, also trying to see what's up. The Adept Chrono Boost on the gateway, Cybercore building the Warp Gate. All that being brought through at the moment. Again, Adept Warp Gate coming up, Marauder and the Concussor Shells coming online as well here. Just bringing a lot of this through for the moment. What's up, Haraki? Thank you so much for the 3-month resub on the Prime as well. Appreciate the support. Hope you're doing great, and thank you so much for supporting and giving us some love today. Much appreciated. Marine Marauder, just going to sit here with that command center finishing up at a moment on that natural, so get that all set and get ready to resume on this. And a couple more orders going to be there for the Stalker. The Stalker just got away before Concussive Shells, which is huge, because obviously Concussive Shells would have meant that Stalker was pretty much dead. So it's actually a pretty nice denial. And it does mean that these Marauders may not do too much for ByuN in these next couple of moments. Maybe a little bit of inactivity time as we set up onto this. Oh, Blink the Warp Gate still coming about, Stimpack, Marine, the SCVs and company coming through, Engineering Bay and the Barracks still coming up as well, so you keep bringing that into play now. And 2 Adepts and the Stalker just going to gather back up. Marines get rejoining, another Barracks just going to be settling into place, and again the Blink and the Nexus coming online for a few moments, bringing that through. The 2 sentries get warped in at the front. He's going to see a little recharge of energy onto 1. Make sure we've got a force field if necessary. Make sure we've got that availability to us. We want to make sure that that's available when possible. And a couple of gates of the Blink coming up and online as well. So continue to bring that straight over just for the moment. So again, bring this up, getting that into place, getting this going for a couple seconds. Bringing this through right now. Again, the Stim and the +1 upgrade continue to come by as well here, so bring that about. A few Marines going to take a few more shots of damage as well. Again, Stimpack and +1 all building about. Take a couple seconds on this one. Really waiting for the activity to kind of kick off a little bit, I guess, as we have obviously Blink finishing soon. Should give us a bit of an idea as to where things will go. Orders coming about. And the probe coming back over there, gate and the probes building through for a couple seconds. And +1 combat shield, a couple Marines, SCVs, the starport coming about as well. Robotics facility coming online. The probes are still producing, and the Stalkers would love to grab that Marine. Not quite going to get it just yet for now. The Marine makes a little bit of an escape away. Still looking pretty reasonable there for the moment. Again, a couple Marauders continuing out. The Barracks and the starport building through as well. So just trying to boost on that forge. We'll still bring that over for a couple seconds as BioArmy sits on this natural. Bunker has a couple Marauders inside. But with Medivacs out, obviously we should see ByuN feeling a little bit more confident to actually kind of take to the map and to maybe put some more pressure onto this. So would expect that to be the likely kind of revenue of or direction of attack that we take this the next little while. Again, just going to see a little bit of Bio pushing through. The Stalker's already taken some damage. A few hits coming about for a couple moments as well, so bringing that all across. Again, Bio stepping over, just going to be seeing Marines, Marauders, Medivacs, Marines continue to come around. That armor upgrade coming up as well, so bringing that all into place. Going to go fighting, just going to be seeing a couple Stalkers back off for a few moments. Again, the Marine Marauder rejoining up, resettling down for a couple seconds. Stalkers and Sentries are going to be coming around. Marauder's going to continue to run back. Again, the units are going to continue to fight. Clem is going to chase, with the Stalkers blinking in after this to try and do a little extra here, so it's going to go for that straight away. And you've seen the Bion continue to pull away, the couple of Zealots going down, the Stalkers being caught. Bions continue to hit onto those Zealots, the Stalkers gathering back up as well. And Marauder, the armor upgrade continuing into place just for the moment, so again bringing a lot of that up and running just for now. These Marauders actually getting rid of a lot of these Stalkers. Clem going to have to escape away. Clem, usually so good at making things happen with so little. In this case, he's definitely going to have to start doing a little bit of that, because he's in some trouble right now, to say the least. +2 attack, +2 armor, the extended thermal lance coming around as well. And that being brought up just for a moment, just going to see the couple of Zealots will hit this mineral line, so Clem's going to get an idea of what's going on, but it's just one Zealot, so it's really not going to do... Sorry, it's just 2 Zealots, sorry. So it's not going to do too much, as the Marauders take some damage. Like I say, not too big of a deal just yet. The Marauder's going to keep pulling back for a little bit. Bion now going to be stepping through onto the pylon there for a few moments as well, so again, just putting some damage out. Clem has gotten himself to a Colossus. Splash damage obviously critical. The later that this game goes, the more necessary that really just becomes, straight up and simply. So, like I say, that's definitely a necessity at the moment. As the 2-2 upgrades continue to build in, the Barracks, the Ghost Academy, coming up as well for now. Well, Bion gets rid of a pylon here. Temple Archives again still just starting up. The Nexus and the couple of Zealots. The Colossus on the way through. 2-2 upgrades and the Thermal Lance coming by also. See, that's going to be a full medevac that goes down. So ByuN getting caught there. Clem with a nice catch. He's pushing on the front too. Gets a kill on the command center that was nearby. So the command center goes down. So yeah, the CC falls. What are we going to do next? Or how does this continue? Temple Archive still coming about. The next 3-3 upgrades are building over. Again, 2-2 continue to produce as we speak. So I'm bringing the 2-2 up. The Ghosts, the ship weapons, the Vikings building also. So we've seen the Zealot Stalker Colossus trying to push in. Stalker's blinking up. Going to try and get underneath here as well. In position to do, again, everything that we can for a couple moments. They're still going to play. A couple of Zealots is going to be continuing through, get a couple of workers, but not really enough. Beyond supply definitely not looking great with Clem on the map, ready to go for more as well. That's the thing, right? He is there, and he's ready to send extra damage going to his opponent at a moment's notice right now, essentially. So, yeah, is absolutely looking to be ferocious with that. As you have the probes going to gather back around just for a couple of seconds. He's going to rejoin those together. Straight up there for a couple of seconds. It's going to be in the ByuN position. Zealot Stalker going to be shoved away. The Colossus coming through. Again, 3-3 upgrades coming about as well for now. So again, getting a lot of this up and into play for a few moments. Get that on the move here. There's some speed coming up. Also the +3 attack and +3 armor upgrades continue to come by as well. This Viking still just patrolling around. Clem ready to push in on the right-hand side. A bunch of units over here ready to make their move and start to step on forward. A couple of depots already taking some damage, so a few shots coming into place immediately. Again, Zealot Stalker, Archon Colossus. Army comp looking good from Clem. ByuN has bounced back in terms of supply. See what this fight looks like. So much of it will come down to what the Vikings can do. Get rid of the Colossus easily, and this is going to become a much more playable situation. Unable to succeed with those Colossus, and it's going to be a whole lot tougher. So ByuN to the main is going to take a Prism down, so that's going to be an easy cleanup. No more pressure from Clem there. Next is the few disruptors coming up, the shield upgrade coming by also. Just going to see everything still settling down for a few moments. Not going to get this working. Zeltstorm, Colossus all gathered. Sentries here ready to party as well. I'm heading down through the middle of the map. Tigers are just going to shoot. The Colossus taking a few more hits. Zelts are going to chase. The Colossus is going to be there. Stalkers will chase in. Bion going to come in from the right side. Clem, 72 army supply at the moment. So he drops down heavily, but he rebuilds quickly. Of course, he is starting to take the entire map of bases, so he's going to have a lot of economy to work with. He's going to have a lot of rebuild potential. And this is the problem if you have a weaker early game against someone like Clem. He is going to absolutely take advantage and kind of bounce back into this game in a big way. And if you don't have control of the game already, that as ByuN at that stage, like I say, then it's going to become very difficult for you very quickly. So it becomes a problem real fast. Let's see the Bio still coming about. There's a Archon coming through, the Stalks and the Colossus coming back over as well. Just gonna see there's a Disruptor Shot going to land onto a couple of those Marauders also. Gonna see the Bio, the Vikings again, everything gathering in for just a few moments. Join this all together. A Prism on the way up. A shield upgrade coming online. Again, Dark Shrine, Colossus, Prism, all building for the moment. Just going to have ourselves a couple of Ghosts, the Marines, and Marauders coming by as well here. And I'm just going to be seeing another EMP onto the Colossus. We deal a little bit of damage. Okay, next is the Dark Shrine still building through. The Colossus still continuing to place. Just going to have the couple of units going to gather back over. Bioforce is ready to fight. For just a couple seconds as well. And next is Dark Shrine, going to give Clem more options later in this game. ByuN's starting to lose SCVs. Zeld's on this base, Prism into the main, and it's going to go unchecked for the moment, it seems. And that's obviously terrifying when the Prism gets to go. Just run into the main. Gunner is going to say GG. He's content that this one is unfortunately going to be probably out of reach. And Clem is going to take the opening game of this quarterfinal matchup. All of the roundovades have said Horseman got a map off of Maxpax, but did not manage to take the series. So Maxpax against Solar, Classic versus Shameless, Shin versus Nicoract, and Clem against ByuN is the round of 8 today, guys, in the WardiTV Mondays. So you will go semifinals one by one after this as well. So it's all coming up as Clem hosts us onto 10,000 feet. Click that and get ready to start. Next game momentarily then, guys, for this TVP. Merham on the 5 gifted subs going out to Tom Shah, New Creation 2222, Cannon Jam, Frostly666, and SC2 Expert. Thank you so much, Merham, for another 5 gifted subs. Super appreciate it. Thank you very much for the gifteds. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As players readied up here, so we are pretty much set to send this. Let's go again. In the top left-hand side, we're going to be starting off with the Blue Protoss player. This is going to be Clem, who is up 1 in this series. So Clem up by a map. Get ready to go. ByuN is proxying as we get barracks coming up on the map, so follow that as the probe steps around for a couple seconds, see what's going on. Alright, probe coming about. Just going to see that Reaper moving through as well for a couple seconds. So again, continue bringing that around for a couple moments. Get this settled into place and see what we can find for ourselves. You can see the Reaper is going to start to be a little bit annoying. Diving in, getting a few bits of damage dealt. It's going to be putting some damage out. The few probes going to get pulled back the other way. Well, depth in the Wolf Gate continue to come online, so again we bring that over for just a couple seconds here. Just going to have the probe nibbling at the SCV for a few moments, so we'll start up with that for a little bit. A bit of damage out. And controller counts coming through, the gold probes, the Stalk and the Wolf Gate all coming about as well, so bringing all of that online. Going to be nice little additions as the starport and the reactor coming online too. Still just going to be seeing our Widowmine SCV coming up as we speak, and the medevac going to get on the move these next few moments. And Depth is going to take a shade. It's going to be moving straight out there. We are going to be having again the medevac, the SCV, the Widowmine all coming across for a few moments as well. Blink coming around, just going to see the Wolf Gate coming over, just going to see the Liberator and the Marines coming around as well. A couple of extra bits and bobs going through for a few moments, nothing too crazy overall. Just going to be seeing the, again, robo facility coming up here as long as with everything else. So I'm going to just keep a lot of this moving into place for a few moments. Medevac has the 3 Widow Mines inside, moving up top already, so straight into position. Get that on the go. Got a few Stalkers are looking for maybe the chance to grab something here. No blink just yet, so not going to be able to get underneath that Medevac. That is going to get away for the moment at the very least. The mines get burrowed up, and we are going to see a boom and a boom for 4 workers. Going to save 1 mine at least as well, which is really nice. Anytime you're keeping a mine alive and keeping the threat on the map to kind of come back again in the near future, it's almost always just going to be a good thing, right? So that's going to be the case on that one, as we are going to have the rest of this pulling back through again. Again, blink about to be done. The probes in the Nexus still building up. Tank, Marines, and Stimpack reducing into place here. Medevac goes back over to the right side. As again, Stim Tank and the Medevac continue to build through. Just see that Medevac continue to boost along for a couple more moments. And it's gone. Well, charge coming up. 2 more Stalkers in the gateways in production as well. The probies are still producing through. We do have our Stim and the Marines and the tank building online. So again, we bring a little bit of everything else up just for a few moments here. The probes will continue to chrono boost. So I'm just going to sit overhead. The couple Marines are going to wander about. And we'll have the Adept coming back along as well. So again, just moving things back over for a little bit. The Marines and the Observer on a bit of a journey. The Adept is still coming across. Marine tank going to come through for a couple seconds. I'm just going to see both those tanks is going to get picked away at. The Marines are going to step forward as well. And yeah, you can see, okay, we got rid of a couple tanks. The Medevacs go down too. Stalkers have been very effective. How many losses do we overall take? We've seen the Stalkers and the rest here coming back across for a second then. Stalkers, Immortal, it's going to come back around. It's going to be seeing a few Marines still stemming up. It's going to be seeing the Stalkers getting caught. The Immortal getting caught as well. Damage being dealt, as we are going to be seeing ByuN taking down some tech units at the very least. So getting some value out of all of this. The medevac now loads. We're going to try and boost and escape away. It's just going to try and get away from this in the next couple of moments and just see if we can, like I say, make a getaway first of all and put ourselves in a bit of a better position. We've seen the couple of Zelds still charging through, and we just have the CVs pulling about. A couple of Zelds are going to stick around there. Just having the Zelds still charging forward. Marines and Marauders pulling back along for just a few moments as well. Again, the couple of Zelds and the Colossus and the Thermal Lands all continue to come through for a moment. Unfortunately, X is coming about as well, so take a few moments on that as we have Colossus production once again. That splash damage going to become a key factor for Clem as this game progresses and the bio armies get larger. You need that splash to deal with things here, otherwise it's going to become trouble for you. And a couple libs coming around, tank marines, the +1 attack upgrade, everything building for a couple of moments. Again, a lot of this up and rolling as we do have, again, tanks and bio force gathering in for a few moments right now, joined up together, figuring out what's next. Couple of Stalkers just going to warp in as well, just going to bring those straight about. And Prism on the way, +1 armor, +1 attack. A couple more Zealots, the Nexus also coming on through, still building that up into action here. This army back around in the center again. Is just going to move back through. Prism loads up. A couple of units going to go on a bit of a journey. So they're going to get brought across for a couple of seconds here as well. And it is going to be Clem ready for a push on the front. Obviously, these two Colossus give him a lot of safety. Makes him feel very confident, kind of pushing into positions and getting in place and feels as though he can do a lot. So let's see what we can find for ourselves. Marines nearly getting after the Nexus. The Prism not quite goes down. Just going to see this army continue to chase forward. +2 attack, +1 armor coming in. Vehicle weapons in production as well. Continue to produce through on that one. The Libs and the Marauders still building by. Next in the top right gets set, and we will see the and then 2-2 upgrade still very much so continuing along for the moment. This Robo Bay in position in the main. Yeah, getting set up with that. And so a few different bits of figuring out where we're at and what we're doing here for the next little while. Again, Prism speed still on the way. +2 attack upgrade coming about as well. As the Prism still escapes down the bottom side. Again, Marine Marauder Medevac producing through. Starport Command Center being brought online as we speak. A lot of these bits and pieces getting rounded out. So got the 2-2 upgrades coming around, the concussive shells coming into place, the starport coming up as well. He's just going to unload over the sides, just going to put themselves down over there, and going to see this Bio Force still gathering. Missile turret going to put a bit more pressure onto the Observer, which is obviously lucky to get away, just got noticed in time. That was in reach there and in a little bit of trouble otherwise, so getting out from that one. Now I'm going to see a couple of tank shots onto the Zealot. The Colossus now laser beaming onto a sensor tower. Two more Vikings, the Marines, and the Ghosts all coming through, +2 armor upgrade coming about as well. So again, we bring all of that online. The Command Center gets ready to land over here at the same time. Again, the Ghosts and the Vikings gather up. The +2 armor upgrade comes online. Just going to see these other units rejoining for the moment. This lib's all set. Just going to be seeing the disruptor shot going to come around. Trying to fire, but not able to do anything really. No success on that one. Big push. Clem really steps up into this before we do too much else, so needs to be kind of careful about movements like that, because that was actually just a massive move forward. That was... Sorry, I say be careful about that. Let's. How about we just don't do that, because yeah, that was ugly. That was real ugly. And that might just open the way for ByuN to kind of come back across here and to put a bit of a strong arm on this game. And bring him back into this series completely, because that was just an ugly scenario as Clem just move commanded straight into the Terran army and yeah, just got caught up. Not paying attention at the right moment there, and that is... I mean, it's one way to turn a very competitive game into a very uncompetitive game. I mean, Clem's going to somehow hang on in here for a little bit, so we'll see what he can do, but in the grand scheme of things, like, this should be truly a pretty doomed scenario. If nothing else, ByuN gets a bunch of free damage done. Like, he is going to take a bunch of damage off the back of this. It's definitely going to be very useful. You see those Zealots coming forward as well. Just going to see the Stalkers and the Zealots going to try and get on top of a few of those ByuNs as well. Just going to pick away at those for a couple seconds. Stalkers getting blasted, getting cleaned up right now. The Disruptors, the Stalkers, the Zealots again all coming across for a few moments as well to bring those by for a little bit here. You can see the depot. Ooh, Disruptors do not manage to land onto the bio units there. They actually get denied, so ByuN able to shut down what could have been scary. Stop that from being a factor. Now just going to see the bio units still gathering about. Yeah, a couple Colossus coming through, +3 ground armor coming up. The Shadow Stride on the way in as well, so again we bring a lot of that into place for the moment. You can see that Nexus finishing up over on the left side, bio units gathering near Siege Tank, and again we reset things for a couple moments if nothing else. Medevac, Vikings, Marine Marauder coming through, the 3-3 upgrades coming about. A couple Colossus and the Stalkers being added on in as well, so again we continue to get that on the go here. I'm just going to see the ByuN is going to fire a few shots off, the Liberator there to fire a few shots in return as well, pushing them back over the other direction for a second. Clem is back to being maxed out, so he still has a ton of bases. The recovery from Clem after that disaster has been pretty impeccable. Funny enough, this has its similarities in the fight. It's not obviously super, it's not exactly the same, but it definitely had a similarity or two. For a moment, I was like, is this happening again? But deja vu. Anyways, the +3 armor comes up from ByuN, and we just have Clem pulling back up the left side a little further. And again, a couple of prisms on the way, so he's going to keep the harassment going. But yeah, what should have maybe been a massive bank to work with here as Clem is now obviously nowhere near a massive bank, so that's going to be the problem for the next few moments of this, figuring out how this resumes and continues in. Let's see how this is going to play as the Zealots and the Prisms coming up. The Disruptor still coming by, the shield upgrade is coming online as well, so continue to bring that through for the moment. Couple attack shots firing. Zealot Stalker Colossus is going to dive straight into this, and we go right off the bat. Just going to be seeing these units are going straight through. As you can see, looking for some damage there. Not quite going to find too much of anything just yet, though. This Prism is going to take a few more shots. Viking going to get onto it. Also going to be able to chase. You're going to see the Prism going to go down before the Warping gets in. That's massive. We had the units nearby, so maybe the Warping wouldn't have been terrible, but at the same time, you forget sometimes just how tanky those Zealots can be, right? And just how quickly that can become disastrous if you're not careful. So, yeah, not a bad thing to actually just get that cleaned up nice and quickly, no problems. Again, Vikings, Marauders, Starport, Command Center, all of that's still coming through as well. So just bringing a lot of these bits and pieces into place. And the Vikings going to be there. A couple of EMPs coming down. Colossus and the Stalker is going to be kept at bay. Another Disruptor shot coming over as well. As we are going to be seeing the couple Libs get shot away at. Pushing that away for the moment. Well, this Bio is going to gather around for a fight for a second or two. I see the double prism this time. One of them will go down, but that's the point of the double prism. Do we have anything nearby that can shoot the prism down, or will this warping get off? No, the Viking will get there eventually, but not soon enough. Disruptor takes a turn to the right side just to try and make sure we're pushing units back. So that's the DTs coming around again. The Viking's still up in the skies there, getting ready to try and help out. DTs just get to work again. Drax, the depot's taking some damage. Missile turret here going to get picked away at the Dark Shrine. Is putting work in, though those DTs are showing up. The Vikings are getting some free shots from the Colossus. Took a little while for the Stalkers to really turn their attention to those and to truly start doing something about it. And this is going to be seeing the DTs clean up, and obviously they have the blink to get away with as well, which is just another nice bonus in this grand scheme of things right now. So another big positive on the tail end of that. Is still going to come across, just going to put a bit more damage out still. A little bit more being done here already. Just having ourselves the chance to continue through with this. This army backs up from ByuN for just a moment or two, so just going to step away from this. Again, next is the prisms and all the rest of the company coming online as well. Stalker's going to shoot. The Viking Marauders, the Ghost taking some more damage as well. The Medivac still again having to pull back there for a little bit as well. Continuing to peel away from this one, as we are going to see a few more Vikings taking a few shots. A bit more damage done on those. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers still pressuring onto this planetary fortress, looking to get to the frontier, looking to get active. Stalkers do have to take one more step away. And again, the next is on the low ground, the next in the bottom left. And again, a lot of bits and pieces being settled into action as we speak. Bio going to keep fighting. The Stalkers taking damage once more for a few more moments. Jumps onto this Nexus bottom right now, and this Nexus will drop in a second. So the Nexus goes down already. And so the other Stalkers are going to come over. The Vikings are still there. Going to have to step away for just a moment or two. Again, step away from that and just give it a moment as we do have the extra units warping in. Zealots again warping in on this side, getting ready to come straight across here. So you can see those Zealots coming straight through. Marauders taking some damage. The Bioforce continue to fight. A few of those Stalkers taking some shots again. And go back and forth. The Vikings are going to land. The Zealots are going to swing. Coming up as much as we can do so there. The Stalkers now showing up in this command center. Going to be in some trouble. It's going to get hit. It's going to be on fire. It's going to die. So this command center gets cleaned up as well. It's going to be a really nice grab. These the pickings. Just see the Stalkers still pushing at the front. Clem just staying very comfortably in supply at the moment, so definitely feeling very good about things in that regard. Definitely got to be feeling as though that is looking good at the moment. And a couple cannons of the battery coming back down as well. Just seeing the Vikings going to land up for a couple moments, setting themselves back around. So see the Stalkers still shooting, a bit more damage being dealt for a couple moments. So again, having that come about here for a moment or so. So I see the Stalkers going after those Medivacs. And that's going to be good enough, as Clem is going to clean up and take this one for himself here. Clem moves into the semi-finals. The semi-finals are going to be Clem versus Shin, and then Classic versus the winner of Solar and Maxpax, which is still ongoing. So we're going to start off with Clem versus Shin initially. Going to get that on the go. Yeah, we'll get that Clem versus Shin ready to go. Cool. Let's run some ads, guys. That's brought about. Cool. So yeah, Clem, Shin can go, and then we have Classic versus Maxpax or Solo as the second semi-final. When we get there, that's how things are going to go. Perfecto. Alright, we are going to wait for their videos. We should be good to resume. Kick this back off and into play. Alright, perfect. So we know what the plan is, we know where we're going to, we know what things are setting up for. We'll be on my way in a few short moments. Great to see you guys on the YouTube chat as well. If you're enjoying, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button on the YouTube. Easily done, and it helps us out a whole bunch, so greatly appreciate if you take a chance to go across and do that. Like I say, greatly appreciate. Helps us out a lot and allows us to keep on casting the StarCrafts for you guys on a nice regular basis. So check that out if you can. Ba-da-boom, ba-da-boom. All right. Looks like we're on sec to figure something out. Cool. Cool. Boom. Cool. All right. I guess I just waiting for Clem and Shin to be vetoed up, guys. Sorry, it was just showing something on the screen. On the other screen, but we are good. And yeah, we just wait for vetoes. Kick this off. Done and done. Hell yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Again, thanks for joining us for WardiTV Mondays. Yeah, fun week this week, guys. So again, stream schedule this week will be tomorrow Spring Cup Group B. Wednesday off. Thursday is going to be OSC mid-season playoffs. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be the Group C, D, and then playoffs of the WardiTV Spring Cup. So you can look forward to that as well. Should be a good time. So yeah, looking forward to all of that. Like I say, should be fun. Fun week of StarCraft 2 ahead of us here. Nice. Very, very exciting. Tourmaline going to be our opening map. I'm just hosted it up for us so we can kick this off. Get this one ready to go. Non-PvP final again? Oh, yeah, non-PvP final, yeah. I was like, non-PvP? I was like, did Maxpax and Solo finish already? But, yeah, obviously, that wouldn't be the final. Obviously, we're guaranteed Clem or Shin in the final, so that is what we're looking at here. As we get ready to go, like I say, on Tourmaline in just a couple of moments, get this started up. Get this ready to begin, guys. Get this ready to begin. Ready and GLHF. All right, players are set. No hero 2 weeks in a row. I know, just as we got all excited and talked about the WardiTV Monday's history of hero catching Clem and Maxpax, then he just disappears. And Clem obviously last week reopened the gap to a 2-cup winning, a 2-cup kind of gap between himself and Maxpax. Crazy business. All right, let's jump to the upper right-hand side. Our Red Terran player is going to be Clem, of course, from Team Liquid, as we get this up and running, ready to roll out. He is up against Shin in the bottom left-hand side, our blue Zerg player, as we get this one ready to go. We'll extract, cancel. Racks in the gas coming up then. And you see the hatch in the drone coming about for a few moments as well. Let's just bring that over for a few seconds. Nothing too crazy just yet. Again, a couple of drones coming around. Getting settled in. Get this started off. You see an Overlord starting to move to the upper right-hand side of the map's already coming across there. For a few moments, again, hatch, gas, and pool coming about. The Overlord on the way, bringing a lot of this into play for a few seconds. Hero got tired of winning weekly. He's still playing some of the other things as well. But yeah, I'm sure something just came up, or he's busy on a couple of Mondays, you know. Sometimes people have to do things on certain days of the week as well, you know? Like, I know the Monday Cup's important to us, but maybe he had a thing. I'm sure he will return. Clem has missed many of these cups. We don't get shocked by him. It's just surprising, I guess, for Hero, because Hero really is usually a part of all of the events, right? He really does seem to participate in absolutely everything, so yeah, I guess that is the slightly... It's not, like I say, it's not even crazy part or anything, it's just notable, I guess. Yeah, just notable. You see the reactor coming through, just against the SCV patrolling at the front. It'll take a few moments to, again, get a lot of that settled into place for a little while. The Overlord, the drone, and the extract coming through. Just going to see a little grenade. Going to bop a drone off to the side. The Queen is going to be there to push the Reaper back for a few moments as well. Going to bring this back over for a little bit. And again, the couple of Queens are going to move back across themselves. Just a little bit back and forth here for a couple of seconds. Just going to see that Reaper coming back over. And just going to be seeing a chance to try and go for another drone. Becomes an extractor. Queen will show up. And the Reaper still has the ledge to obviously escape on as well. So just going to make that escape right now. Marine's going to be there. A couple of Lings still coming through. The Lings are going to go in after those Marines. So we'll make a little bit of an attempt to make a move upwards. Just going to see the couple of Lings still pulling across. Resetting ourselves for a few moments. Yeah, but the Ling's going to stay active. Those SCVs taking some damage. And again, land a few drones, continue to come back around. I'm just going to continue to see the free spread and everything else continuing through. Racks, SCVs, Marines. Continue to build. And yeah, just going to be seeing the Reaper coming about. Lao on the way through. And drones and the Roach drone coming up as well. Just going to see that Reaper still continuing about for a little bit right now. And Rotron Hatch coming through. The Extractors and the Crypt Team is coming about as well. Roach Speed still coming about. The Overseer in production. Again, Stim Marines and the SCVs will continue by as the factory. Engineering Bay and company coming up as well. I'm just going to see a few more Marines gathering out the front. We'll continue to settle there for a couple more moments as well. And that into position as those couple Queens still step forward as well. Just see what else they can do for a couple moments right now. A good amount of Marines are joined up together here then, so they're going to join up. And you see the +1, the Stim, and the Combat Shield continue to come around as well. So all those upgrades coming through from Clem as he gets ready to potentially take to the map and put on some pressure here sooner rather than later. And Roach and that Roach Speed coming back along. Just going to see a couple Creep Team is still coming through. The Roach is coming over. Gonna see what else is gonna happen as the... I don't think we're gonna do too much, but I mean, I guess we're only 44 drones and Roach Speed's about finished. I guess that group of roaches alone sure maybe doesn't do much, but obviously there's gonna be a lot more roaches than just those couple coming around here for a couple seconds. The Roach is gonna chase, the Marine's gonna get jumped on a couple seconds. Ravagers and the Roaches build through. A couple of those Ravagers morphing straight in. The factory going to move off toward the tech lab. The starport sits on the reactor. And again, the rest of the Roach Ravagers still gathering up. A few more of those Ravagers popping as we speak there. Joseph Val's coming down. The Depot's already taking some big shots on that as well. So that's going to be a little bit more done too. Just going to now see this Roach Ravager going to continue to break down these depots. And these depots are falling. So depots are going to drop. And we got this space opened up a little bit as we have the Orbital Command in a bit of trouble. Marines are going to keep chasing. A couple of Roaches going down. Ravager's going to be there as well. Continue to gather this about. There's a massive Stim in. Just having this amount of bio with Stim is great, but we've got to be careful because obviously we lost 18 SCVs. We've got to make sure we're winning this fight because we've already lost a lot of economy. This can go very wrong very quickly if you're not careful here. So definitely need a few moments to make sure that we keep this on track. I think this is fine for Clem because he's going to kill so many Roaches. It's going to be very difficult for Shin to have any form of a follow-up, basically. So it's going to turn out to be pretty alright. The Bioforce still going to be there. Just going to come back over. The few SCVs pull back in. Carapace upgrade coming through. Just going to see the Roaches, the drones, and the Evo Chamber coming about. Those Extractors still building into play for the moment. So again, getting that settled for now. Armor coming up. And CVs, the Medivacs, and the tank and still coming through as well. One more missile upgrades still producing into place. Speed coming through, the missile and carapace upgrades continuing into place as well. Just gonna see that concussive shells also producing by. Tank Marine Marauder coming through, concussive shells and the +2 attack coming up. Continue to settle for just a few more moments. Those Roaches are gonna come back along. Roachling all coming up, the missile and carapace upgrades coming through, link speed coming by as well. Just going to continue to get that settled straight into place here for a couple moments. Keep this on the move. And again, 2-2 upgrades will be on the way from Clem as well, so bring that straight through for himself. If you can get to 2-2, it's going to be amazing. He's already on an upgrade lead. Of course, he's down a bit of supply, but he's playing against a pretty low-tech Ling Roach army, so as long as he can just stay safe, especially if he gets enough tanks up. He has got tanks contaminated right now, so Shin making a play on the main base to contaminate and to slow down tank production. Anything he can do to make this position of Clem potentially more vulnerable and something he has, a better chance of diving into and competing with is generally going to be seen as a good thing as this Ling Roach Ravager force comes and steps straight up. He's going to be diving through onto this. Couple corrosive vials coming down as well. And the Bio army spreading. You know, the Ravagers here, the Roaches looking for their chance to move forward. The medevac going to be right there with this, as that's just going to pull back over. A couple of Bios drop down. The depots will get busted pretty much immediately. Just going to see that taken down right off the bat on this one. You know, those TT upgrades and so coming up as well. I'm just going to see the Roach Ravager coming around, the Hatch coming online. Just going to see those extra Ravagers morphing, and Clem knows exactly what's coming his way. He knows aggression is poised to hit him dead in the face here, so he knows what's about to happen. He knows what he's going to have to deal with in the very near future, more than likely. Let's see if he can handle it, as the Roach Ravager force is on its way. So looking big, looking ferocious, looking pretty feisty coming across the map right now. As you're all going to see this Bio going to stim. He's going to spread. Clem needs to make sure he's pulling back towards the siege tanks. Let them get involved, right? You don't want to pull all the way back. You want to keep the tanks, you know, away from corrosive biles. But make sure they're actually getting shots off, because if they're not getting shots off, then that's wasted supply. And the tanks are meant to be one of your big advantages here defensively. So that's how Clem has to kind of navigate this fight. And so far, I'd say he's doing a pretty decent job of it. A few more biles coming down. Okay, the Ravager's going to absolutely melt here. And that's going to be a cleanup from Clem in this game number 1. Clem takes the 1-0 lead in this BO3. Clem off to a wild start, as yeah, the Roach stuff just didn't do enough here from Shin. He didn't do enough damage early, and as long as Clem survives with a decent amount, you see what happens. He just proceeds to kind of get into a super strong position following that, and obviously able to kind of capitalize from there with that push. Old Republic going to be a map 2, and we'll get that host straight up for you guys. I'll get this going in just a second. Get this on the way. Ready. I'm going to be off in a moment then, guys. Get this ready to kickstart into this next game. Get this ready to rumble. Let's get going into Old Republic. Let's do this. Game number 2 is in the top right-hand side. Again, he only won his second Monday Cup of the year last week, which was kind of a surprise in itself that he'd taken him so long to see that success. There's Clem, our red Terran, in the top right side. In the bottom left, our teal Zerg player will be Shin, aka Ragnarok. Let's see, even the depot coming about, just going to be seeing the hatchery coming through. We get settled in here. Barracks going to come down into position for a few moments. Kind of racks in the gas on the SCV. Progressing for a couple seconds. Just going to see that extractor coming through over to the sides. Again, swimming pool hatchery coming around for a few moments. Getting that up and running. Just initially. This Overlord is going to cruise across over to the right side for a couple moments as well. So just going to bring that over, take a couple steps here. The Reaper's on the way then, CC building through, a couple Queens in production, adding that drone into action as well. Everything looking pretty reasonable for a few moments. It's up and running. And link speed building by, the couple Queens, the Overlord, and the drones all producing into place. Again, CC in the factory coming about here as well, so bring that straight into action. Yeah, link speed will be done soon. The drones and the spore crawler coming about. You can bring that into action just for now. So again, getting a lot of this up and running for a few seconds. Queen's going to be there. Reaper again turned back around the other side. I'm getting pushed out of this for a few moments as well. I'm going to see the Reaper is going to jump up. The Queen is going to be there to push it back. And the Reaper again turned around for the moment. Couple Overlords, Queen and the Link Speed continue to produce through. So again, we're bringing that around momentarily here. Just going to see this Rax lifting off the factory, moving over to the sides. Factory lands down. Reactor will be on its way. Reaper doing a great job of denying the drone for a little bit as Clem continuing to handle Shin pretty nicely in these early stages. Obviously, you know, I think a lot of people come into this match, you immediately just think, well, Clem is obviously the big favorite against Shin, which is obviously difficult to disagree with, naturally. But Shin has not had bad times against Clem lately. I think about Clem Shin in the WardiTV TLMC just a week or so ago. Shin was on a 3-0 lead before Clem turned it around. In fact, last time they met in a Monday Cup, Shin took the victory 2-1. And he won the time before that as well. So Shin's actually really not been looking bad against Clem the last few meetings. So, yeah, just to kind of dash a few people's perception of this matchup, especially as it's 1-0. Because I think some people will just see Clem, TVZ, and just think, well, surely he's a massive favorite. Well, this is just Shin getting into this main base. That's devastating for Clem. He has nothing to deal with this, so he's just going to take... Okay, he's just going to lose the game, actually, is the straight-up factor of this. Only has 2 Hellions. Yeah, they only built 2 Hellions, very greedy. The Lings get by, but it's just going to straight up be GG. With the depot down, you lose the game on that. So that is going to do it. That's going to be our GG, and that is going to be Shin tying the series up and doing great against Clem. I just gave the whole speech about how he's been doing great against Clem lately. Moments like that are the sort of moments he capitalizes on to take himself into good positions as we get Ruby Rock hosted for Game 3 of this matchup. Alright, so get this going. Ruby Rock here in just a couple of moments. Bring this about. Get this started up. Hosting into Ruby Rock as we speak then. So bring this about. Into game we go. Let's see what happens. In the top left-hand side, our red Terran player here is going to be from Team Liquid. It is Clem. Up against the Teal Zerg in the bottom right. Tying it up with the Ling run by in a game where Clem was being just a little bit greedy, right? I mean, only 2 Hellions is a little bit greedy. And obviously having them out on the map, and the Lings being on the map there and them getting around then into the base is just devastating. And that's how that previous game gets rounded out. Even if you don't raise the depot, that's pretty terrible for you. Like, you obviously don't lose the game. But yeah, if you're only going to build 2 Hellions, it's going to be tough no matter what when the Zerg decides to make a bunch of Lings to punish you, because even 2 Hellions don't clean that up super easily. Obviously with the wall off, like I say, you're definitely not going to die straight away. But it ain't an easy position to be playing from, so... Yeah, just one of those ones where Clem chose to be a bit greedy. I wanted to get into the bio a little bit more quickly. And Shin did something which was good at punishing that anyway. And even better when then Clem makes the mistake of not seeing it and not raising the depot. Obviously, you raise the depot, you don't lose the Marines in the main. They may not be able to come down to the low ground, but they can protect some SCVs if they run up to the high ground and hug the wall as well. So, like I say, it's probably not game over, but it's definitely still bad for you, because then you're still getting taken advantage of pretty quickly in those early stages too. Overlord journeying onto the map then. Off and away we go. Heading around for a few moments. The Scantipede, always worth a zoom in. Always good to check that the Scantipede is doing okay. Well, Orbital and that Reaper coming about. Commandson still building through, so again we bring a lot of that into action just for a couple of moments here. Queen's Ovi and drone coming about. I'm just going to have the factory going down into the main base. Just going to pop that over for a couple seconds. Again, factory CC and everything else continue to come through for a little bit just initially. shows up, little grenade goes down. Going to turn back around onto some of the drones. Going to put a little bit of pressure in there. Just right away too. As you see the factory and the CC continue to come up and about and getting online these next few moments. So again, the couple of command centers coming into place. The SEV and the factory, the reactor. All of that building through for a few moments here. This Reaper just going to regather on things for a few moments as well. Overlord just chilling out overhead. Again, watching what it can see. As the Queen is going to be there as the Reaper once again pulls back over to the left side. Just dancing at the front. Did we get a result on the other semi-final? Yes, we did. Maxpax 2-1 over Solar. So Maxpax and Classic will line up for PvP in semi-final number 2 today. That'll be coming up after this TVZ rounds out after this map. So it will be Classic and Maxpax for a chance to play either Clem or Shin in today's finals. I wouldn't hate Shin. I'd actually kind of like to see Shin in the finals, and if Shin could beat one of these guys, take his first win in... Was it the very first WardiTV money? I think it was number 2 that Shin won, right? Yeah, well, Shin won number 2. He's been in the finals 3 times since, but yet to pick up a victory since that edition too. So like I say, it's been a long time for Shin. Been a long, long time. The Hatch Roach Run continued to produce into place then for a couple seconds to bring that all online as well. I'm just going to be seeing the Orbital, the SCVs, and Marines coming through, the Stimpack still building. And we are going to see the couple of Queens just going to be there to push the Reaper away once again. So again, we chase that back, push this out of here. Allow the drones and the OVs and continue to build. So still building through on that. Evolution Chamber is coming up. The Carapace upgrade can come by as well there, so get that on the way also. Again, Roach speed, Carapace, the Roach is coming up. Bring that around for a little bit right now. Just going to have the Overseer is going to fly through. It's going to go down pretty quickly as the Marines play clean up on that, no problem. A couple of Hellions and the Reaper continue to gather around as well. Again, the Queen just going to be there to keep pushing things back the other side for a little bit. Again, Roach and the Carapace coming up. And we just have ourselves the Marines, the tank. Rocks and the engineering bays continue to produce at the moment. Vax will still head down the right side. Again, Infestation Pit coming up. The few Roaches coming through. Carapace is just about halfway done there. The Marines get forward. The Roach goes down already. It's going to make a quick grab on that. Super easy. And again, the Infestation Pit, Roach speed, Carapace upgrade continue to build. Marines able to take the Overlord out on the high ground. Team Medivacs boosting back along, just going to be seeing the boost across coming over. Again, the Medivacs moving, cruising, repositioning here for a couple seconds. Yeah, resetting for a moment or so. Just as the Roach is actually going to step up, they're going to find themselves a Reaper. Medivacs are still going to relocate a little bit. Going to come back down to this bottom side now. It's just going to run on over here for a few moments as well. And the Queen is going to hit that Medivac still. He's going to leave the game. Maybe a little bit of lag for him. Gets that before we see it though, so that's cool. This Marines is going to drop down that bottom side, so just going to be having the drop potential from Clem setting up. Obviously, a lot of creep around that right side starting to get over for a little bit as well, so going to be able to start moving through that. And the Roach is coming back around. The infestation pit is active, and the Infest is already producing through, so getting those up and running. Again, the 1-1 upgrades coming about. Marine Marauder Medivac continue to build. And a lot of that online as the rest of this army comes down this right side. A couple of corrosive piles. Bullet hits coming through as we have this army continue to settle. It may have been me lagging, by the way, actually, because I actually apparently we dropped like a second's worth of frames, maybe. So we might have just had a little internet hiccup on my side, but I didn't see anything. I don't know about you guys. Maybe something happened for a second or so. Going to be seeing the fungal growth coming down as well. So just going to be seeing that dropping straight into position. Just going to see the Roach Ravager Ling still going to be there. Still a little bit of activity coming around for a couple seconds as well. Bringing that all about. The Lings, Ravagers, firing up some shots. Corrosive Bile is going to drop into place. Put a bit more pressure out already. So again, get some more work done. Like that. As we just see these Medivacs. You be super careful. Yep. You don't actually have any anti-air apart from the Corrosive Bile. So you've got to kind of just fling them and hope. And, you know, obviously if Clem didn't pay attention, then that can absolutely succeed. In this case, Clem paid attention. Ultras, Chitinous, Adrenal Glands, and +2 Carapace. And these bits and pieces continuing through the bio. Gonna get jumped on here, the Roaches. Will show up, the Medivacs lift off, gonna pull away again. Pulling out of there for now. ByuN's going to drop back down. Medivac's going to do that thing, going to do that healing, bring that back up into place. Again, the Marauders and the Marines coming around. The 2-2 upgrade still building. Again, Marine Marauder, Widow Mine in production as well. Let's bring that all up and rolling just for now. Emperor's going to chomp. Ling's going to nibble. And do our worst onto that set of rocks. Open up that space a little bit where possible there. Just going to fight. The Marauders going to be there. Widow Mine's going to move over as well. It's just going to continue to see that moving. Again, Ling Ultra Ravager Force gathering. Take a few more seconds as you just see the Bane Nest and Overseers continue to come up into play. We are going to be seeing this Bioforce still stepping forward. The Ling's going to have to step back for a little bit as well. We're trying to step away from this one. We are going to see the Medivacs loading back up. The Ling's going to run through with the Ultras in front. Going to dive into this, and we are going to see this hatchery going down off to the side. That's going to be a pick-off on top of everything else. Just going to see that being grabbed. Another scan coming in there for a couple of seconds. Extra Marauders, the Liberator, the Starport continue to come through. Command's going to come to bow. Just going to dive the main base. The Ultra Cavern's obviously a nice pick-off. We are, beyond the point of finishing Chitinous playing, but it's still nice to have that killed already. And just forces your opponent to rebuild it. I mean, it's just it's an investment that has to be made. It's, resources that must be spent. As Shin was launching a few units up towards the upper right side. He needs a 5th hatchery, and realistically, the 5th hatch is seemingly troublesome for him, especially in a game where the crew spread is limited. You might think maybe down the bottom side, but obviously Clem has been dropping this location, so that is kind of shut down and shut off for the moment as well. And what Shin needs is to start finding some of these fights that he found in the TLMC event, where he finds some really good fights and really solid fights and engagements against Clem over the course of this. That's what we need to start seeing from him in the next few minutes, otherwise this game potentially just starts to run out of reach of him, honestly. So yeah, needs to be a little careful about that and get back on track, because just you can see this Bio still shoving us some massive units. Now, we are going to come in from 2 sides, because there's units up top, so Clem doesn't have an easy getaway here. If you lift up into the Medivacs, you're in some trouble too. Yeah, now the fungal growths are going to come down, the Banes show up, they're going to crash into everything, and that's going to be the exact kind of fight we're talking about here. It's the exact kind of fight we're talking about here. Good stuff right on that one. Going to be seeing the Libs, Marauders, Marines continue to move out for a couple seconds. The 3-3 upgrade still coming through. We're setting up, ByuN still gathering back around, so again resetting things for a couple seconds. Just going to be seeing this army from Shin chasing, obviously following up from that great fight. He lost a lot as well though, and he used all of his Infestor energies. I don't know if he can really keep going. A couple Libs definitely going to help. Clem chasing forward, dropping Marauders in to make sure he can slow the Ravagers down. Stop them from getting away from this as well. Very nicely done, cute move. Ultra and the Infestor still coming around for a couple of seconds. Marauder pulling back, those couple of Banes getting jumped on, the Lings taking damage, the Overseers keep on moving through as well. We're just going to have ourselves the 3-3 upgrades continue to come into place. And Bio, Ultras, Lings, all moving about. Taking a few moments on this one. Get things reset for a little bit. Ultras are going to take the chance to dive onto this planet before the Shin is going to be dropping in supply. Clem just had such a good economic situation, and to be fair, yes, the previous fight was very good for Shin. But it was already Shin who was in kind of a very difficult position, and Clem was in a position to recover from that fight. It's not like Clem lost everything and didn't kill anything either, right? Like, Clem had some successes in that engagement too that were definitely kind of in his favor, so that's why you're seeing Shin not maybe able to really capitalize as much as you might think, despite the fight being great. It really was just, I mean, the lack of the 5th base for so long in this game has been a real hindrance to him. His economy's never been quite where it's meant to be. And those issues are obviously, you know, kind of big issues long term. So, let's see a bit of the Roach Ravage still moving down the bottom side. The Overseer up in the skies. A couple of Corruptors are in production. Lings and a drone will produce through also for a couple seconds there. Lings are going to crash in. A couple of those Marines in immediate trouble as well. And Shin just going to say GG's. Taps out of this one. Clem is going to take game 3. It's going to be a 2-1 advantage to our Terran player. And he's going to move through into the semis to play some TVP against either Maxpax or Classic, which is going to be the PvP up next for us. So, get that started in a second, guys. We'll probably have them ready to go. Oh, apparently Classic's been done for a good long while. But yeah, we'll take a moment and we'll be able to kick this off and get into place once again. Perfect. If you neural medevac does start healing your units, it should do, right? I mean, it basically acts as your own unit and it can heal Zerg units, so I don't see why not. Why call him Shin? Wasn't he always Ragnarok? Well, he name changed to Shin, officially, and he has not officially name changed back to Ragnarok. He just name changed himself in Battle.net, so when he starts actually wanting to officially be called Ragnarok, he can change his name, but no, I'm going to call him Shin because that's his official ID. Kind of makes sense. So yeah. I'm pretty sure he just, like I say, I'm pretty sure the story is that he changed it for the Team League because he was playing with the CG Enders guys and it's a throwback. And obviously that was also kind of a throwback. You know, like the name change back. So I think as soon as the new StarCraft 2 season comes around, he'll name change back to Shin. I'm pretty sure we're just not at that stage yet, essentially. So, yeah. Yeah. Classic AFK. Let me message Classic then. See if we can get this underway then, guys. Cool. Cool. All right, kicking this off in just a couple seconds. Like I say, get back on track here momentarily, get this ready to go. Alright, so Classic just AFK, guys. When he's back, it'll be good to resume. I'm just going to nip BRB a moment then as well if Classic's still BRB. How about I've not played this one well. How about I leave with the Wardy sellout button? Wait, I can't even remember which one the sellout button is. I think it's this one, so Hello everyone and welcome to the WardiTV sellout button, where we press one button and tell you guys all the ways you can support the stream and the StarCraft 2. First of all, don't forget to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel if you're watching over there, and secondly, if you're watching on Twitch, you can hit the follow to see when we go live. On Twitch, don't forget you use your Prime subs, they are free and they are awesome. If you do not use your Prime, we will say you're committing a crime. Of course, you can sub regularly, you can gift the subs, there's a membership system on the YouTube as well, and one of the most important things is to also check out the Patreon, patreon.com/WardiTV, where 100% of everything goes directly into StarCraft 2 tournament prize money. Is there a better deal than that? Yeah, gifting subs, because then you just spread the joy of WardiTV and StarCraft to others. What isn't there to love? Did you guys enjoy your time with the sellout button? I hope so. Hope so. Alright, Classic says hi. Hopefully in a moment or two you'll confirm him ready to go and get whatever videos need to be done out the way, and we'll kick this off, guys. What's up, Mucky? Thank you so much for the 125 month resub Star Trek Day. Poggers. I love Star Trek. Isn't it just great? May the 4th meme funny. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Is Clem vs Maxpax yet next? Nope, because it's not going to be necessarily Clem vs Maxpax. Maxpax has to be Classic first. So yeah, Classic versus Maxpax, and then the winner of that plays Clem. So yeah, 125 months. Yeah, 125 is crazy. 10 years. Nearly 10 and a half. You know, there's going to be a point soon where, obviously, we're not there yet, but like a couple of years, we're going to be like, man, people are coming up to 15 years. And that's going to be really crazy. Like, some of these subs are getting out of hand. So, yeah, it's been a little bit wild, to be honest. It's been a little bit wild, to say the least. Crazy times. Crazy times. Classic just needs a moment, and I'll just check if he has. Make sure he has the right race on when we do get ready to go, guys. Give this a second or two. Ugh. Stretch it out. And yeah, so we're going to have our second semi-final as PvP, the winner versus Clem in a best of 5, and then we do have some sponsored content today as well on Twitch. If you want to stick around with us for that on Twitch, you're very welcome to. Helps us out a bunch. You don't need to stick around for ages for it to be effective. Yeah, I think just like 5 minutes sticking around with the sponsorship helps a bunch, so consider that. I should make a new badge for the 120 month. For the 10 years. I should, but at the same time, I don't really have the capability. I had these badges made literally like 10 years ago. Like, I don't even know how I go about making them. I was thinking about making the Ellie emote a badge for 10 years, but then actually it's the wrong dimensions. I never went around to changing it, so... yeah. I don't know. It's like I said, I got these little emotes made so long ago now. It's kind of crazy to think that it's been such a long time, actually. Gates, probes coming up. PvP time, guys, as we go through our daily dosage of PvP. Get this started out, get this on the go, and see what's going to happen. Gate simulators coming through. There's going to be seeing the gate pile and the simulator coming up as well. Get that on the way for a couple seconds here. It's going to be seeing ourselves. The single gate from Maxpax though, Classic. Will he want to try and kill Clem off quickly on this one, or is he going to have other plans? Is what we ask ourselves. Probe going to chase the probe for just a few moments, and we're going to be seeing a little bit of activity coming around then. So a little bit of movement, a little bit of action just for now. See where we take things. Obviously just scouting initially. Get that on the way. ChatGPT could make me a new emote in 3 seconds. Wow. I mean, amazing. I have no idea what do you even, like, I've used, like what do you even make a 10-year emote at this point? It's like, what color combination do we go for? I don't know, gold-plated or something? Yeah, I've got no idea. You probably should have a new one, I just, yeah, I'm not sure what it would be. Zealot out from Maxpax, who is opening with the Stargates. Completely transparent, which is invisible. For 10 years, you don't need to wear the sub badge anymore, you know? You've graduated from the sub badge, congratulations. I like it. I like it. Fun. Alright, let's see the Stargate coming up then. So like I say, Maxpax kind of doing what we kind of expect of him. Classic scouts it all as well. He's just going to be the one to expand alongside Maxpax. So we're going to expand versus expand. Obviously very different variations of the expansion, as we have the double sentry on the way from Classic with a double gateway, where Maxpax will have this Oracle and Stargate unit kind of production to kind of work with for the foreseeable future, and we're able to get a little bit of work done with that. So imagine that that's going to be what he goes towards here for just a little while. Get that set up and get this rolling as the probe comes across. A couple sentries gather around. Cyclones on a 7-stream watch streak, and nearly 10 years of following. Crazy business. Yeah, it is consistently wild to me just how long we've been doing this whole thing for. Especially if you have like the 10-year kind of follows and stuff. Like 10 years is like as I went full time in StarCraft 2, or like very soon after, right? Like I was definitely not a mainstay SC2 caster or anything at that point. So if you've been watching for that long, then obviously super appreciated. Thank you for being legendary and helping us to keep the games going and everything, and all that goodness. We appreciate you. Actually kind of crazy. First sub still had the SCTI badge from before WardiTV really began. I don't even remember the SC2I badge, jeez. But obviously we must have had some kind of emotes before the yeah, we must have had some kind of emotes before the Wardy badges. I actually can't remember what they were at all. Was it actually just an SC2I badge? That's crazy. That's crazy. Razorback OTP on the 140 stream watch streak. Yeah, some of you guys have some crazy watch streaks going lately as well. It's actually been nutty. Some of the watch streaks you guys got going on. Crazy business. The Phoenix is going to lift up. You're going to see a probe going down. Just going to have that grabbed for a couple of moments, and we have ourselves the few moments of settling back into this game. And get back on track. Just going to see the couple Stalkers still building through. Hallucination going to poke away on that Oracle as well for a couple of moments. And Blink Forge and that gateway continue to come about. Just going to be seeing a couple of Phoenix coming through as well. And as Phoenix all gathering up, then some Maxpax obviously with the Stargate plays. It'll get a few workers. The Oracle somehow is not going to be trapped in here. That felt like it looked half for a moment or so like this is going to be bad, but it's not. Now Classic does have much faster Blink as he moves into the main to chase the Oracle. The Phoenix show up in the natural. Just a little bit frustrating more than anything else. Not really going to be that big of a deal, I guess, overall. Stork's going to keep fighting. That Blink is still coming online, bringing that through for a few more moments. Stork is going to fire back the other way for a couple seconds. That damage going. This fight going to take a couple seconds there to get that all going. Again, the couple Stalkers going to go back and forth. No Blink just yet. But we have the Phoenix showing up, which denies the retreat from Classic, and we actually get an extra Stalker from this. That's like about 3 workers behind in terms of army supply. He's up by about 5, so he's looking pretty reasonable there. Looking pretty respectable in the grand scheme of things just currently. Again, that charge still coming through. Bringing this up and online. Getting this continuing to build for the next little bit. +1 and Blink still coming about. Next, and a couple extra workers coming into play as we speak. Just continue to bring a lot of that into play for the moment. And Stalker's heading down the bottom. Going to find one Stalker warping in. Going to get the grab on that nice and quickly. It's going to be seeing the Guardian Shield popping up. A couple of those Phoenix are going to get shot at as well. And Charge Stalker's coming to power. There's only a couple of probes coming through. Continue to go around with this for a couple seconds. Just going to have the attack upgrades, again, in favor of Maxpax. That +1 going to be done shortly, so it's going to be a big feature as well, you'd imagine. It's going to be a big part of kind of how this game continues to progress as the Stalkers and the Sentry come back to the top side. Gates, charge, +1 attack. Again, all these bits and bobs coming on through and getting settled in just for a couple of seconds here, so just bringing a lot of that into place. Stalkers and the Phoenix are going to continue to make their way across, just going to be seeing these units moving straight across there. Again, just going to have ourselves the rest of this continuing to gather through. Stalker's going to shoot, Sentry going to go down. You can see the Phoenix can start getting involved here for a little bit as well. Look to see what else they can find as they have the lifts able to kind of obviously neglect some of the numbers, basically the lifts to remove some of the army supply in the fight for Classic. And Classic is going to struggle to hold on with basically just less stuff and also down the upgrade. Maxpax able to do enough with the Stargate, just set himself up nicely, put himself in a good position. And here we are with Stalkers on top of this third of Classic. Closing this game out, basically. That's GG's. Maxpax is going to go up by 1 in the semi-finals here. So Maxpax takes a 1-0 lead. We'll get into game 2 of this in a couple moments and see if we get a bounce back or not coming on through in this PvP. So yeah, we get this ready to roll in just a couple seconds, guys. Get this ready to move out. Sick Phoenix micro. Yeah, I mean, he did a lot with the Phoenix. He just found a lot of value. When the units chase the Oracle into the main base, it's like, oh, now my Phoenix in the natural. It's just such a Maxpax move. He has such a good way of manipulating kind of how you move your units. And, like, he's always ready to take complete advantage of however you're moving your units, it feels like, as well. Like, every single time, it just feels like he knows what to do to take that advantage and to, you know, sort that out and basically put that into a better position for himself. Go is going to be called. Get this started off, and we are counting down into Ruby Rock here for our next game. Get this started up right now. In top left-hand side with a 1-0 lead, Maxpax here with the PvP advantage. He's going to be our blue Protoss player, taking on the red Protoss on the bottom right-hand side. We're going to have Classic to get into game number 2 of this best of 3. Can Classic bounce back then against Maxpax in the PvP, a matchup that has really been all over the place lately. Interesting one. Yeah, as we figure out who is going to take an edge on this. Again, gates coming up, the simulators coming by. Get that set up for a couple moments. Get that put in position just for now. Bring that back around. Yeah, there's a couple of simulators coming through. We're just going to be having the probe moving out. Chrono boost on the Nexus again. Seem to set a couple of things in here, so just see the probe's going to continue to wander for a little while. So gates build up. Cyber cores come online. It's going to be that second gate from Classic. And Maxpax is going to open with the 1 gate again. So Classic last time just said, cool, I'll double gate expand versus your 1 gate Stargate expand. In the end, the Stargate did some pretty decent damage, right? The Stargate definitely stood up for itself. It definitely said, "Hey, look, I'm good here. Like, I was worth the investment." So that was good news. can see that probe going to go back and forth for a couple more seconds. Just going to be patrolling on this pylon location. A couple gates seen to gather. And just going to be seeing again the Stargate coming online from Maxpax. No surprises there, but Classic with the pylon has the potential to be aggressive with the proxy. Decides not to be just yet, interestingly enough. Okay, now he does. I was going to say, because he kind of looked as though he was going to build something, then he didn't, and he just kind of moved on. But he does go back to setting that up and getting that built here, so it does get that started, in fact, in the end. Once again, just the Stargate, the Warp Gate coming through. The next coming about also for a few moments. Again, gateway coming through. The Stalkers and the Warp Gate still going to produce. And I guess my main question is, as Classic builds that gateway into the bottom side, well, apparently he needs to sleep, but we are going to see this pylon being denied. So you get this gateway up, you'll still be able to he'll still be able to repower it, but that's going to slow things down. And Maxpax knows what's coming, so you can prepare accordingly. Because obviously Classic is going to be one base, tier 3 gateways, and just pure pressure looking to come through in the near future is pretty much the call of this one and where we're going to be taking things. Stalker and the Oracle going to be there to push a couple of those Stalkers back, try and chase them out the way. And the Oracle actually had some decent damage in here. Oracle goes low but doesn't go down, most notably, so that will be that for the moment. Again, Void, Warp Gate, Nexus, and the battery all continue to build in. You can see the couple of Stalkers going to poke at the front once more, so I'm going to get those back in position. And again, Stalkers coming about, and that's set up here for a few moments. Will activate through for a few more probes, 3, 4 workers, 5 maybe. Okay, just the 4, but obviously that's the battery having to be using a lot of its energy already. At least the Oracle's out of energy, so it can't even stasis ward just yet, I guess, is the current benefit of things. And after the main, didn't realize he actually had a pylon there, so Classic able to take some attention because of it. He dives through early. He wants to walk into the main base. He sees the chance to put some more damage onto the Void Ray. Decides not to commit into the main. He needs to decide what he's going to do here. He needs to decide what he wants to do. Pylon going down is massive because it denies obviously a lot of the potential, as we do not have the battery in the main base. Force field comes down from the low ground now. 2 Void Rays together. I don't think this is good for Classic in the end. Gets so much indecision about what he wanted to do on this, so he really didn't seem to know if he wanted to commit in or not. In the end, he went for it, and then he kind of got force fielded in, so he couldn't escape. I don't think going in was the wrong call, actually. I just think he needed to commit to going in sooner. Because if he goes in sooner, that second Void Ray that pops out could have been immediately in danger. There's no battery in this main base. If he goes sooner, he could be way over here. The Void Ray from here doesn't even get involved, and then you have a much better chance of killing that other Void Ray off. So yeah, I think actually this was a fine call from Classic when he first made the move to do it, and he just hesitated. He fired a couple of shots toward that, he fired a couple, massive stays as well. He fired a couple of shots towards the Void in the low ground, which he had one volley on that Void that was very effective, but he never really got close enough again to make another good go of it, right? And that obviously had made this essentially just a mistake at the end of the day, unfortunately. As now we're going to see Classic just going to try and dive. There's just no way he gets up the ramp. There's no way he breaks the batteries. The numbers are not there, and we're going to have a Clem Maxpax finale this week in the WardiTV Mondays. Last week it was Clem Maxpax. This week it's Clem Maxpax, as we are going to go to a best of 5 on the European server for WardiTV Mondays 85. Last week we had the whole story of obviously Clem was looking to stop Maxpax from becoming the most winning player in WardiTV Monday history by winning. This week, obviously, we don't have that storyline because Clem is now 2 Monday wins ahead. If he wins today, he could extend that to 3. But if he loses, obviously, Maxpax does knock it back down to 1. And then maybe next week becomes exciting once again. All right, we'll get to the European server then, guys, and get this ready to start up. Get this ready to go, go, go. Ready to begin in just a few moments. Run some ads and we'll get this ready to begin, guys. Ready to begin. Clem Maxpax TVP. Coming at you best of 5. Like I say, we've got some sponsor content on Twitch after this. If you want to join us for that, then greatly appreciate it. Would help us out a bunch, so do consider that. Get this ready to go. Alright, the players are here, and obviously they'll just take a moment to video, guys, to get this best of 5 set up finals time on the Monday's 85. Today is the day. Just see if Maxpax can close it down to a 1-win gap again. Or if Clem is truly back in form. Like I say, his CVP is actually taking a big step forward again recently, I feel like, Clem. I feel like he's gone over a little bit of the mental blockade he'd been playing with recently, so... Let's see what that means overall as we get ready to rumble on this one in just a few moments. Like I said, just a couple of videos and we'll get this going. Maxpax win already. Yep, it was not a long PvP. Typical PvP, really. Typical PvP. Short, quick, and aggressive. That first game had potential to go a bit longer, right? But just never really got there, so... Never really got there. Counting on down, guys. I'll kick this off, like I say, in a few moments. Get this ready to rumble. You don't think the game was over? I mean, Classic lost his entire army while Maxpax is up a base. I can't really explain it any differently than that, unfortunately. It's just you can't lose your army and be behind economically. You just are in a terrible position. Like, you also have no tech as Classic. You have an Oracle that's harassing your mineral line the entire game. It's denying your economy and stuff as well, so... Take your pick. Plenty of reasons why Classic was in a pretty terrible spot there. Alright, kicking off into Tourmaline. Alright, let's send it as we head into this one. In the top right-hand side, the red Terran player of this best of 5 final, a rematch from last week's WardiTV Monday finals. It is going to be our red Terran in the top right, Team Liquid's Clem. As in the bottom left, our blue Protoss is going to be Maxpax. Alright, Maxpax Clem, best of 5 final. Last week was an epic as well. Went right the distance and was a lot of fun. Let's hope for a similar scenario here today. Let's hope for an awesome best of 5 to tap this off. How to close this out. Let's see what we get. Reaper orbital going through, Cybercore and the Zealot just going to come up for a moment, a couple SCVs coming around. It's going to be running across here. Got the Zealot. Just going to have the Nexus and the Cybercore building about, and the Zealot will come through for a couple more moments. CC coming about, SCV and the Marine coming over for a couple seconds, just bringing that in for a few moments. Just going to be seeing the Adept and the Probe and the Nexus coming across. Warp Gate will come over for a few moments then. Getting that underway. Again, the Reaper just heads down to the bottom left side. As do have our CC, SCV, and the Marine continue to come around. And the Zealot just going to be cruising across the map early. So there's going to be some early pressure from Maxpax, not the craziest of pressure. Do imagine throughout this series we'll probably see some early aggression from him and applying the pressure and trying to get a couple of games where he is able to take the lead and a little bit of the initiative away from Clem. As you can see, this Reaper already good for a kill. Obviously, units just rallying across the map means that this Reaper has a bit more freedom, gets a second kill. Was that 2 kills? No, it was just the one, sorry. For some reason I thought he already had one, but he actually got just one overall. As the Adept comes over, CC is going to be delayed from building a little bit then. Obviously, the Reaper being across the map can't help against that Adept right now, so that's a negative to that being kind of out of position here. As again, CC and Starport and company continue to come through and continue to build up for a couple of seconds. Just going to be having the Adept still going to play the delay though, so that CC is not going to be able to finish for a little while. Have to wait for that to be done to really see where this goes to. As they have got the Reaper and the Hellion together, going to keep shooting at this Adept. It is going to go down, that is going to fall. There's going to be a kill. Adept's going to put some more damage in again. We go back and forth. Reaper does have the bunker to fall back to if it feels like it's in danger while low and the Adept is still nearby. Just looking to try and handle that a little bit. We're still in the gate, still coming through. Probes in the blink coming up on online as well. So we continue to get that on the go right here. We're just going to be having ourselves the robo facility coming up as well. Gateway continue to produce, getting that all online. Continue to bring this into place. And as the Raven is in the production tab from Clem, so he gets that started. Obviously with the CC finished. Gets comfy on these 2 bases. And we look to go from here as we just have the blink about halfway done. Alright, everyone's just going to pop, going to head across the map. And we're going to see the Starport going to inch its way off of there as well. It's just going to move across for a little bit. Blink going to be done very, very soon. The Prism and the Stalker still coming online. The Marine's tank coming about. The 2 Stalkers going to chase that Reaper for a few seconds. Again, pushing away at that for a little bit. The Hellion continues to run in toward the natural. 2 more Stalkers warp in already. Just going to be there to play the blockade and hold things up for a few moments at least. Stalkers will blink across. Reaper and the Hellion do get chased out of here for just a second or 2, so a little bit of pushback on that just momentarily. I'm just going to chase that away. Take a couple seconds, bring that back around. Marauder Viking still building through here. The Stimpack is still coming up as well, so again, all these little bits and pieces coming up. The Stalker's going to head up into this main base and jumping onto a few of the Marines. Auto turret across the map, going to try and do some work at the same time. Obviously with the Prism, we have the potential to keep on microing to the point where Maxpax feels as though he can make an aggressive blink deeper into the mineral line, which he was right to do, because you have the, like I said, you've got the Prism right there just to evacuate back if you need to, so bam, easy, no problem there. Concussive Shell still coming about, Combat Shield, and that Stimpack coming up as well. Charge and Observer continue to build also. Just a couple of seconds. And Sim Combat +1, all of that coming about for just a little bit here. Just bring that over. Just going to be seeing the Charge and the Immortal coming up as well. Bio, I'm going to fight a few Stalkers in the arc. I'm going to get jumped on. A couple of these Stalkers going to take some shots. And again, Zealot going to take some damage as well. Getting pushed away out here for a couple moments. Getting cleaned out for a couple of seconds. Just going to be having the... Let's continue to come through. And Concussive Shells +1 attack continuing up. Marine Marauder Medevac continue to come into place as well. So just continue to get that settled for a moment or so. Sub-Zero going to go down. Clem obviously just sitting out the front of his base for a couple of seconds here. So just dealing with that for a few moments. Just going to be there. A couple of tanks coming back through. Just going to see the Prism eats a Widowmine shot. Does not eat the second one, though. A couple of Zealots are going to help to tank that. Viking Marauder Marines coming about. Just going to see the Robo Bay and the Nexus, the +1 coming through. Going to continue around, just going to see the Bio coming across. Just going to see the couple of Stalkers coming through. His ults and the Archons just coming in. I see a storm coming down, just going to be seeing the... Resetting through for a couple seconds here, seeing where we go. Just going to be seeing the Marine Marauder Medevac coming about, the armor upgrade still coming over. And again, the Colossus and the +1 continue to come through as well. Just going to be seeing the Bio coming across, a couple of tanks setting up. Storms coming down, hitting those tanks in just a couple of seconds here. A few moments of this, and just going to be having the Marine Marauder armor upgrade continuing by for now. Just going to see the Stalker still hitting the Medevac's taking a bit more damage. Continuing about, and just having ourselves the Colossus and the Thermal Lance continue to come on in. It's going to have the Bioforce resetting. 26 SCVs dead is obviously a pretty sizable number. And it's going to be seeing this Bioforce still gathering about. Extended Thermal Lens coming back through for a couple of moments. 28 SCVs going down then just for the moment, so some work done there on that one. Just going to be seeing the Ghost, the armor upgrade continuing through. Liberator coming about. And +2 attack, +1 armor. All of that continuing into play for a couple seconds here. I'm just going to have ourselves the Stalkers are going to be in position to deny from the drop. This has been the tale of a lot of Clem's TVPs lately, where basically what happens is that he ends up in this kind of position where he's able to... He basically ends up in this position where he is in good positions, but he struggles so much with not losing the economy. Right now, his third base is not mining. He's down 30 workers. And so you're going to start losing the advantage that you maybe had at some point in this game very quickly from this stage. That obviously becomes a big issue, like I say, very quickly if you're not careful. He puts a lot of pressure on him to succeed in these fights, which is difficult because you don't necessarily want to go running through storms. And if you kind of get leveled out and you don't manage to break through, that could be decent as well. Stalker's going to get that. A couple of shots coming back the other way. Just going to run down, just going to be seeing the Nexus taking some shots. A few more hits coming around for a couple seconds then. A couple hits coming around for a couple hits on that one. +2 and +1 coming in, Robo Facility, and the Nexus continue to come about. Just going to be seeing the Bio resetting, jumping onto a couple of those Stalkers. Colossus laser beaming. We're all going to see the Zeldstalk Archon still moving up. Witherman just going to settle in for a couple moments as well. Just going to be seeing the Bio clean up a couple of these Zealots too. Witherman shot going to go off onto the Zealots. Just going to see a couple of EMPs coming down. I mean, this is going to be a position I don't think Clem can really hold on into any longer. This looks as though it's just going to be a little bit too much done already. Just going to see those Colossus still laser beaming what they can. Again, the Bioforce stepping back across and just trying to fight this. It's closer than expected, to be fair. Still not really close enough, I don't think, to really be substantial in this one. He's actually going to get rid of the Colossus. Okay, I mean, the reinforcements are streaming in, though, and there's just no way we can realistically deal with the Zealot part of that, so it's going to be an issue. Clem just jumps out of this one, and Maxpax is going to take himself a 1-0 lead in this best of 5. Game number 2 will be coming up in a couple moments. Getting this ready to roll. All right, game number 2 then in a couple seconds to get this ready to go, guys. Keep this moving. Get this on the way in just a second then, guys. Bring this around and get this on the way through. Old Republic coming on in and get this set up and ready to rumble here. As we kick off into game number 2, it's going to be Maxpax with a 1-0 lead in this best of 5. In the top right-hand side, he is our red Protoss player. And he takes on the blue Terran. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have ourselves Team Liquid's Clem. Alright, so, game number 2, and Clem looking to get back on track here a little bit in this best of 5. See what we can do, see what will happen. Rex, and the gas, and the SCV production all building. Just seeing a lot of that coming into place. I'm just going to be seeing the gate and the assimilator coming around for a couple seconds as well. Going to be seeing the setup here getting underway for a couple of moments to bring that about. SCV will be there. Probe will come back around, so again we go back and forth a little bit. I'm just going to see the Reaper in the engineering bay continue to produce through for a couple moments, so get that going, get that set up. That's going to be seeing the Cybercore and the Nexus continue to build by for a couple moments then, so again we get that on the go. And see where we go. Reaper commencing in the orbital, continue to produce through for a little bit as well. Again, so far, so good. So yeah, CC, SCV in the Marine, keep on building by. Just going to be seeing the probe coming across as well. Just going to see that Nexus coming up on the 3rd location. So just going to bring that back into position also for a little bit. And the probe coming back over, stepping along. And depth is going to be there. We're going to be seeing the Nexus and the Twilight Council then continuing through. This probe gets back home. Trying to figure out what we want to try and do in the next couple moments. still not GGing hilarious. He GG'd in like the lobby, like literally straight after the game. I think he just GG'd an F10 end before it came through. Sometimes you go to press enter, you misclick the enter or so. Happens. That's why we shouldn't read into every single no GG. These guys literally say GLHF GG at the start of like every game with each other too. It's like I feel like it ain't so deep a lot of the time. Couple depots gonna lower back down. As you're gonna have the couple of devs putting some pressure on in this natural expansion. And you're gonna see the Marines in the heli looking to get over to try and come over with this. And just gonna have that blink in the warp gate continue to come about. And just see the medevac of the Marines come through. The SCV saved with the bunker. Nice little play there as the Stalker would have been able to have that kill otherwise. So able to kind of handle that for the moment. And Blink's still about halfway done. Just going to be seeing the Marines and the SCVs continuing through. Medevac going to load up, going to get going for a couple moments as well. Just going to bring that straight back over. I'm just going to be seeing the Medevac heads to the upper right side for now as we go. So I'm going to like to put a bit of pressure on himself in the next couple of moments. No, we demand drama. Oh, yeah. Such a drama-filled life for you guys, huh? I'm gonna think about to finish. Obs and the couple of probes going through. The Nexus is still building as well. Continue to get that going. I'm just going to be seeing the Stalker's actually going to be able to get toward that medevac, and that medevac is in trouble with Blink available. He has a boost. Looks as though it is going to get away, so we'll get out of there for now at least. That could have been a whole lot worse than what it ended up being. Stalker's coming about. I'm just going to see the Prism stepping through. A few more Stalkers will be in here as well. Just going to get that on the go as well. Get those brought up for a couple of moments. And we are going to see there's a lot of Stalkers gathered together right now as we're going to blink onto this bunker. Going to get a grab on this straight away. Damage dealt. Just going to be seeing the SCVs, the Marines, and the tank going to continue to be there. The Viking ready to try and help out against that Prism as well. Also looking to try and keep that pushed back for a little bit. The Marines and the tank coming back around for a couple of moments. Resetting there momentarily. SCVs are going to be pulled as the Bioforce needs to hold on against this. We still have a bunker. We only lose a couple SCVs so far. Maxpax is going to at least get rid of the second bunker here in the next couple of seconds. So I'm just going to be handling that as the Prism comes back around. Just going to see Marine Marauder tank continue to produce through for a couple moments. The Stalker's coming around as well. Stalker's still pushing up. Just a Bioforce coming around. The tanks gathering back around there also. Going to get rid of another mine. The Prism helping the Stalkers as they blink backward once more. Just going to see stim back Marines. The rest of this continuing through. So again, bringing a lot of this online for the moment. The depot going to go down for a couple of seconds and continue to build up at the front. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers going to try and fight here. The few bio units are going to be there to help out as well. Just going to go back and forth, blinking through for Siege Tank already. Going to be a nice grab on top of everything else. Again, +1 combat shield all building up for the next couple of seconds here. So got the charge building through, the attack and the combat shield coming in as well. Bringing a lot of this online at this current point in time. And charging the Nexus still building through. Just going to have the Robo Bay in the Forge continue to build as well. Again, get a lot of that on the way by for the moment. Let's see, again, Marine Marauder coming into position. Raven is going to just be sat AFK for a moment. Clem is running in and killing a bunch of probes, so he's obviously got better things to be looking at. He's now going to drop into the main after forcing a recall to low ground, but with Blink, we're going to get that quickly, which is why Clem respects it and moves along himself. Losing the Raven's sad just because he did a lot. But obviously makes it a little bit less worse for Maxpax because, you know, the Raven went down. No! I was going to say, let's not go fly straight into those. That could have been a disaster for sure. Could have absolutely been a disaster. Well, I was going to say, because the shells coming up, the Marine Marauder continuing through as well for a little bit. Just going to be seeing the Vikings coming around as well. So something is going to continue to settle for a few seconds. Just going to be seeing the Marauder, the armor upgrade, the Concussor shells all finishing. He has a couple of Zealots though. This is where Clem needs to try and keep this economy going. You lose too much of the eco here and you can run into a lot of trouble very quickly, right? So try to keep yourself safe from that happening, if possible. Gonna see the Vikings coming through, gonna get a couple more kills. A little bit more being done once again. And Marine Marauder Medevac coming up. Continue to build that into place. Just gonna see that armory coming online also. The couple of extra barracks are still coming through here. We have got ourselves, again, +1 thermal lands building on into place. The Zealots in production, Nexus and the Forge coming online as well. Zealot on the bottom side from Maxpax just sat there chilling for a few moments too. Going to just sit and play the waiting game for a little bit as Clem does not want to move out. Maxpax is just heading towards 5 bases though, right? How scary is this for Clem if Maxpax... I think 5 bases is fine. He's got his own 4th CC stun. It's just we're at the precipice here of where the Protoss is like, okay, expand, expand, expand. And once that expansion kind of non-stop kind of action comes into place, then it becomes a lot scarier, right? Then a lot starts to happen all at once. So, we'll see. Focus the Zealots and the Colossus gathering up for a second. Just going to bring those about. Just going to be seen, obviously, Maxpax is going to sit down this low ground. I don't think Maxpax can push in. Old Republic is a very good defensive map for 3 bases. You have the ramps here to help protect you, so if there's ever a map where you shouldn't be able to kind of push into this, then, yeah, this is kind of it. Like, the 3-base setup here is very safe. I'm going to continue to move through towards this future tech and getting teched up and potentially maxed out here even. Hallucination going to poke at the starport, which pulls over to the side. The few stalkers on the front going to be poised there as well to maybe also be active and maybe think about what else they can do. The hallucination still moves about. Again, Temple Archives halfway done. Nexus +2 attack and +1 armor. Continue to build for now. See a couple of Zealots are going to be walked in here, but this attack, this drop is not going to go anywhere, so that's going to be a cleanup, no problem, straight away. Again, 2-2 upgrades, the ship weapon upgrade coming up as well. Again, a lot of that being brought through. Viking, Liberator, Marine Marauder, all being brought into addition for now. Maybe seeing the CC continues to float up to the front, going to land down onto this group of minerals, onto this base. And that's going to be where Maxpax maybe gets the opportunity to really start doing a little bit more, right? This is where the chance is going to be to maybe get something extra done. He's actually going to come in from this right-hand side. Clem is going to stem back, sets up a Liberator. I don't think this is a good fight for Maxpax. I just don't feel like he needs to be fighting into this position more than anything else. It's going to see the Zealots are going to still get to work. The PRCV is being chased. So at least the distraction comes in at the same time from Maxpax. That multi-prong, solid as ever, comes straight in with that. And we are going to see the Bio continue to fight through for a little longer once again. Bio Viking gathering around, just going to be seeing the Colossus, the Zealots, the Stalkers setting up. Just going to have the +2 armor upgrade is about to complete here. We are going to see this army ready to push forward, and Clem ready to respond to it as well. A couple of Vikings already going out. The Colossus taking big damage. First Colossus going down almost immediately. Just going to see the step through another Colossus or two, taking some hits immediately. Prism goes down immediately as well. So it's going to be a nice quick catch on top of everything else that's going on. Just going to be seeing the Bio still chasing. A couple of Immortals getting caught. The Archon as well. Going through there for a couple of seconds. I'm going to see EMP onto the Zealots. Bioforce continue to trade. There's going to be a lot of Terran as Clem. Now just, I mean, the Zealots are good. Whenever the Zealots are dying that quickly, you know you're in trouble as the Protoss, because if your front line is actually disappearing, usually the Zealots clog up the Terran army for so long. But yeah, in this case, just not able to look good at all. And that's going to be Clem coming straight across the map here on Old Republic. Massive Zealot counterattack. Maxpax says, well, if I can't fight, I may as well counterattack, because Zealots are very difficult to deal with in high numbers like this. And you can definitely put some work in, right? You're going to give yourself a chance at least where, you know, the Zealot Stalk army clearly doesn't have a chance against the Bio across the map. Clem has to respect that and pulls back home. Actually, maybe didn't need to pull everything back home realistically. He actually did a pretty good job defending this anyway. I kind of agreed at first, but yeah, it was not actually really that necessary in the grand scheme of things here. Just gonna have the, again, a few Ghosts, the Viking, the Marine, continue to produce through. Just gonna have the Bio gonna get there. The couple of Zealots start going down. A couple of Stalkers blink away as well. The Disruptor shot is still coming by. Another Disruptor goes towards a few Marauders. Going to get a catch there as well. Another Disruptor landing for Marine and a Marauder already. Vikings still gathering up. That's a bunch more Zealots warping in as well, by the way. 11 more Zealots currently producing through. Disruptor production continues. That Disruptor on the left side does get forward. Another one shows up. Clem dives through it. He does deny this one before it becomes a bigger issue. That is going to do it. That is going to be GG, and Clem is going to take this to a 1-1 scoreline. We're tied up here in this best of 5 grand final today, and heading to a game 3 in just a few moments to keep these games rolling. $10,000 feet, going to be map 3, and get this going in a second, guys. You're watching WardiTV Mondays 85, part of the WardiTV 2026 series, of course. Usually we sport the WardiTV Monday logo. But we've got WardiTV 2026 series stuff all week with the Spring Cup and stuff, so I thought I'd just keep the 2026 logo on this time around. And yeah, that's going to be happening all week long with the Spring Cup and stuff, building towards our Spring Championship, of course, as well. Some ferocious cleaning going on outside the door. And yeah, let's head into game 3 of this TVP, Maxpax and Clem, not part of the Spring Cup, but we will be seeing them part of the Spring Championship, of course. If they want to play, if they don't want to accept their invite, that's absolutely fine. But they will be invited based on their points, so. Bottom right, red Protoss Maxpax is going to be having lost that last game, now tied up, lost his lead. Can he retake it? Clem in the top left, our blue Terran player, to get this into action. Alright then, so we get to game 3. Let's see what Clem and Maxpax bring for us. Rax, Gate, Probe, SCV, all coming through. Just going to be seeing the SCV chasing the probe around for a couple seconds. Just going to bring that about. SCVs will nibble onto the probe then for a sec, just by a bit of damage through for a moment or so. And Cybercore Nexus coming around the orbital command center, continue to come about as well. So again, bringing this up for a little bit here. And Adept in the Warp Gate building through. Nexus Assimilator and the probe in production as well. Bringing a lot of that online just currently. Adept and Warp Gate still building for a few seconds. Just going to have the XTV pulling back over. Marine is going to be there as well. The Adept is going to try and trade with a couple of those Marines. I'm gonna try to shade up. I'm gonna blink the Warp Gate, both pulling about right there. So just gonna get that on the go. Again, Cyclone the Marines coming up. Starport coming through. Just gonna see that depth still moving around. Cyclone Marine coming about, Rope Facility Gate, Blink, continue to come around, couple of probes coming over. And again, just gonna have an extra Stalker warping in. Marines and the SCVs continue to come through, depth getting toward the upper left side. Probe pulling back over to the left. Stalker, Blink, still producing through, so again, we get that on the go already. Bring that straight around, again, Siege Tank, the Marines and the Raven. Continue to produce through also. These Stalkers need depth, continue to go across, then so they're going to keep moving over for a couple moments. Stalkers come back around again, tanking the Marines will rejoin. They are going to see some pressure into this main base, and Clem's already losing 5-6 SCVs. This is way too much damage already. He is going to get a lock-on with the Cyclone to the Prism, scans for it. Stalkers, if they don't target that Cyclone down, means that they are going to be stuck here, so that's going to mean a bunch of dead Stalkers potentially, or they're just going to be able to run away. Auto turret goes down. Okay, we lose all but one. I thought for a moment he was going to get away with them, and I was like, oh, I'm making this big dramatic scene about something that actually just doesn't matter, never mind. But no, actually, still effective, still impactful. For now, at least, as you just see the Nexus, the gates. The Forge continue to come through, charging the Prism coming up. The Stalker still on the way through as well, so continue to bring that around just for a little longer right now. +1 combat shield and the stim continue to come through. Marine Marauder coming about. SCVs on the way. And Clem is going to have the Observer being chased. He's going to auto turret to try and get it. See if that pays off for him. He does find it. A few Stalkers actually show up and get rid of the Marine or two that step forward. He's actually going to turn with the high ground, but then Blink's available, so pretty chilling as we just see the +1 combat shield and stim continue to build on through. Yeah, Stimpack Combat Shield and +1 still producing. Marine Marauder, Medevac all coming in. That Storm still building. +1 attack coming over. Now starting to lose a couple of workers, but I don't think the Zealots up pretty quickly. The Prism is going to get away alive at least, right? Which is always a good sign. And the live Prism is a happy Prism. Clem is starting to push out a little bit, but I'm not sure if he really wants to go across the map. He is about to have stim +1, so it might be a timing for him to at least make a little bit of a move here, potentially. So we shall see. And again, Prism back around the top side. Just going to move across. A couple of Marines and a Marauder going to stim in. A couple of Zealots are going to charge forward to get involved there as well, just for a moment or so. It's actually really nice because now the Forces are going to keep keep Maxpax out of his own natural. Clem had to run through the storm, but he's going to get the entire mineral line surely. Somehow, okay, it took a while, but we did get to 12 workers killed. We're going to bring the tanks to the high ground as another storm comes in. Maxpax really going to be relying on those storms to help clean this up. Those tanks are going to put in a bit more work. Clem lost 14 SCVs. Maxpax loses 13 probes. Clem also lost a lot of army in doing this, though, and he's down 23 workers coming out of this. So Maxpax just having a worker advantage going into this in the first place, it seems, is what it comes down to. And, yeah, that's going to be... Is in Maxpax's favor. Resources lost is going to be in Clem's favor, but with the amount of economy difference, it feels hard not to think that that's going to probably be good for Maxpax overall. Like, being up like 20 plus workers is a pretty hefty number, especially what is still early in the game, right? So, yeah. Fire Force going back through. A couple of zealots going to get jumped on. We are going to see the Prism just going to pull back for a few seconds as well. The ByuN's going to continue to fight. A couple of Widowmine's going to shoot. A couple of Zealots going down. Storm comes in as well. It's going to be seeing the tanks continue to fight. Actually going to get rid of an extra Stalker here. Marina and Marauder going to try and fight a Zealot. We're going to finally clean this up, but it took a little bit of effort for sure. It's not been an easy time as the ByuN is pulled back. The battery's still taking damage. Again, Bio is still pulling away here. Mortals and Templars, the Archon coming back through too. Jump onto this Nexus in that bottom left-hand corner. Just going to work on that. A few more units welcome in. Double mine onto the Prism. And Clem is just not in the position to lose any amount of economy. And I am afraid with Storm available from Maxpax, it's going to be extremely tough for Clem to really break through a position here and to kind of break into somewhere that's going to help him out further. Because he's just going to keep losing economy. You can't really break into Storms when you get out of there. And Maxpax is going to take a 2-1 lead in this best of 5. With another no GG that you guys can get all dramatic about as we get ready for Game 4 in a couple of moments. Maxpax is going to host us up, take us into the game. It's going to be Winter Madness. All right, let me throw some ads up, guys, just in case. That's ready to start. Cool. Kick this off in a second then, guys. Countdown into this one. In the top left-hand side, a chance to win this Monday Cup today. It is going to be Maxpax, our red Protoss player, here taking on the blue Terran. In the bottom right side from Team Liquid, we have got ourselves Clem. In for this best of 5. Could be our last match today. Just a little reminder, we do have sponsored content on Twitch after this. For 1 hour, we're going to be checking out a game. It's one of those scenarios where if you stick around even for 5 to 10 minutes, it can help out a lot. It can mean that we get paid more from that sponsorship. That allows us to run more StarCraft 2 content and so on in the future as well. So do consider checking that out and sticking around if you are able to do so. Appreciate it if you can. Obviously, if you can't, all good, no worries. But worth mentioning. We sold out tournament. That's a throwback tourney there. The WardiTV we sold out event in 2020 was an absolute banger. That was amazing though. We got so many Raid Shadow Legends sign-ups. The freaking sponsorship agency were like, we've actually never seen, like, we set these numbers expecting no one to cap them, but you actually capped it. And I was like, yeah? I was like, is that not normal? They're like, no. They're like, you're never meant to unlock all of the benefits. I'm like, oh. I was like, oh well. Go StarCraft community, I guess. They do love their StarCraft over there in the StarCraft community. Cybercool, next is coming through, probe on the Bion coming up. RCC and our depot coming around. The Marine and the SCV will continue to produce. Just have that probe pulling back toward the upper left-hand side. Fires a couple shots, entering the warp gate still coming through. Command center factory and the barracks coming up. And the SCV production continuing as well. So just bringing a lot of that over for a few moments right now. Bringing this online. Barracks going to float over to the sides. Again, that factory still building online. The CC coming through for a couple moments. Getting that up and running for now. Orbital and SCV still building. Again, racks and the reactor coming up and online as well. Is the hallucination going to make its way across? Just stepping over for a couple of seconds, just going to have ourselves the hallucination again flying through for a little bit. Again, blinking the warp gate coming along and online. The gateway and the probes continue to produce as well. Looking good across the board there. Impact building through, Marine Marauder production resumes, and we just have ourselves again the Nexus, the warp gate, and that blink will continue to come online also. And just see that factory continue to come into place, and just going to float across for a couple of moments. Stalker's going to shoot Reaper and get turned, and a little grenade going to bop the Stalkers a little bit. Extra gates coming up from Maxpax. As blink going to be done fairly soon. Against impact, combat shield all coming about. A few Marines just going to be there to hit that hallucination for a couple seconds, so just find a little bit of that straight away. So handling this so far. Stalker's going to get onto the Reaper for a couple of moments. The ByuNs will regather for a couple of seconds as well. Just going to get that going once again. Both Tim and that combat shield coming up at the moment, so bring that through. Gates coming about, the forge coming into place. Just going to be seeing the Stimpack and the combat shield again, still producing die just for a couple moments. Here we are going to see the Cyclone Marauders and Marines. Going to get back to business, going to get back to fighting. Just going to come across a couple Stalkers, going to get a bit pushed back. Obviously, Clem looking to try and get a couple kills here. The Blink Micro so far has been on point, as you'd expect it to be. Fire going to be there, Cyclone going to be fighting, just going to be seeing the couple of Stalkers in a bit of trouble. Does Clem have enough momentum to keep going forward? He's got a lot of Marauders, but the Zealots are going to help. They're not got charged just yet. +1 attack, Marine Marauder continue to come through. Just going to see the army sitting up on the high ground. Stalkers, the Zealots gather about. The Sentry is going to be there as well. Just going to be seeing the Zealots continue to chase. Widowmine does not fire just yet. Just going to see there's a couple of Zealots being picked away at Clem, able to back off, get a few more units, keep going. And if you can keep this sort of advantage, or numbers advantage, he should be fine. He's building a third CC on location, has to take a second to deal with that. Just for a moment or two. Zealots are still going to charge up. We're just going to keep backing it up. We're going to turn around and just going to fire back onto the Zealots, onto those Stalkers for a few moments as well. Just find a little extra here. Just noticing the Zealot Stalker Sentry going to come back across as well. Continue to bring this over for now. Just going to see Marine Marauder Medevac while building the attack upgrade coming through. And Clem is going to pull around the right side, so that's a bit of an army supply lead. If he can get healed up, that'd be nice. Widowmine shows the crossing of the Protoss army toward the middle of the map. Clem will see it with the Medevac, so he can kind of decide what he wants to do. I was going to say maybe he could stim up toward the natural and maybe kind of dive in, but it seems as though Maxpax had a rough figuring out of what's going on here and where Clem is maybe at, so can start to respond to it. Everything else gathering back around. The SCV is going to pull back over again. Just seeing that +2 attack upgrade. The Robo Bay coming online. Bringing, again, a lot of the rest of this online for the moment, so bringing a lot of that through. SCV's in some trouble. 9 workers already down here. Clem is actually maybe in a bit of trouble right now, as that's a lot of work and damage taken, and he's had to pull himself back away from being on the map. So now Maxpax is going to get map control alongside everything else here for a few seconds. Get that ready to roll. So it's going to stay active. Bunch of SCVs going down, just having ourselves the Bioforce regathering once again. +2 attack upgrade, Thermal Lance, and the Colossus continue to produce Medevac, Marines, and Viking building as well. 22 dead SCVs currently for Clem, and he's still losing workers. There's just a Zealot in this mineral line, a Zealot in that mineral line. Clem's just falling apart to Zealot harass. Zealots are so rough, guys. I mean, 1 or 2 Zealots take so much investment, and yeah, too much damage taken. You start losing a few SCVs, and that basically does it. All right. Let's have a look at our sponsored content today again, guys. So Maxpax is going to get the win on the StarCraft. Thank you so much for watching. Again, we're going to be doing some sponsored content here on Twitch if you want to stick around and help us out. Even if you stick around for just 5 minutes or so, it helps us out massively. So do consider, like I say, sticking around even just for a few minutes. Leave the stream on for a little bit. I'll not run ads at the end of this like I usually do. Instead, maybe, like I say, consider sticking around and hanging out while we do some sponsored content. Like I say, it doesn't have to be for the whole thing. So it doesn't have to be for the whole thing, but just for a little bit. Goes a long way to helping us out. So yeah, we'll be jumping into this in a moment. Obviously, congrats to Maxpax, a win here. Revenge off last week's final. And yeah, we'll be back with more StarCraft 2 tomorrow as well, guys. So we'll be back with more SC2 tomorrow. Make sure you come and check us out on that one. So I'm just waiting for it to let me start the sponsorship. This thing takes so long to recognize I'm streaming the right game. There we go. All right, so what we're going to be doing, guys, is obviously this is hashtag sponsored by NTE, Neverness to Everness, which we're going to just check out together. I did not really check it out much myself already. I literally just thought we'd do it in the sponsor together. I made sure it worked and downloaded it and stuff, but that's pretty much all. So let's have a look-see and dive in. Yeah, you'll see sponsored overlay and stuff on the stream and stuff, obviously, over the next hour as well, guys. If you want to check it out, obviously click the things that take you to the game. And basically, this is an open world RPG. It is kind of gacha-y as well, right? So you get the pulls and stuff. Packed with immersive urban gameplay, 40+ original anomaly stages, and 15+ playable characters at launch. This launched like, I think it was April 29th, so last week. It's literally like a week old or something. There's a bunch of launch rewards as well and stuff, so you guys can get some benefits by playing early, if that's your kind of thing. And there's a whole bunch of different city districts to explore and everything. We're going to just dive in and have a little look and stuff like that. I will just pop the... You know what? I'm just going to pin this download link because they said it would be nice if we do. We don't have to, but I'll just pin it in case you want to check it out. It's going to be there. We will unpin that after 60 minutes. Apparently can't do that. Can only be between 30 minutes. Cool. Perfect. All right, so you guys can check that out if you do so wish, and give it a look and give it a click. Let's double check everything's working on my side. I think I just need to go here. Let's double check we're all good. It's a little bit awkward from last time. Hang on. 1 second, guys. I just did a different sponsorship last week and it used a weird size screen. Cool. All right, I've got no idea where is best for my camera to be, so we'll just kind of figure this out together as we jump in. I'm going to probably put it like middle left for now. It's usually a good call. Cut it down a bit. You guys don't need to see everything in the background. And cool. All right, YouTube, I'm going to turn you guys off. This is Twitch only sponsor. Come join us on Twitch if you want to support. See you guys, YouTube. Bye.
Oh.